This is Rich and Unemployed, Uncut. And today I got two very, very special guests. Two beautiful ladies, actually. Beyond beautiful. Striking. First, I want to say make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like. I need to get this out. My page is growing really fast and I need your help. So make sure you guys are liking. And if you do like these videos, because actually people love these are like the most viewed videos on my page.
Love it.
So,
What an honor. It should be. We made the cut. Hey, the uncut. Version.
And I know you guys are businesswomen, but we didn't want to talk about business. I wanted to talk about something else.
Okay.
And first, let's introduce you guys. What is your name?
My name is Coach Helen, but they call me Sacred Secret.
That's deep. How old are you?
How old am I?
It's the face for me.
How old are you?
You're never supposed to ask a woman.
How young are you? What age group are you?
And you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
No, I actually love answering, so it's okay. But you're not supposed to ask.
Well, I ask every girl that's on the show, though.
Okay, cool. So I'm 35 years young.
You look good for 35.
Yeah, you do.
Thank you.
I would have guessed 29.
Sheesh. Okay, with your young.
But your aura gives you a older, mature, because you're real calm and collective. I could tell you're spiritual. What do you do? What do you like? What's your title?
I do a few things. I'm kind of like a serial entrepreneur.
Not kind of. She is a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah. I definitely do what spirit leads me to do.
Spirit.
Yes.
Can I gas you up real quick? Can I please gas her up real quick?
Go ahead.
I need the people to know, because sometimes we don't set like the listening for just who it is that's sitting here inside of the space. And I know we're not going to talk business tonight, but she really is a serial entrepreneur. She's a business owner. She has a Zen Lounge smoothie bar and spa here in Atlanta, which is really dope. Yes. She has tax offices everywhere. She helps to run events. She empowers women. She does outreach programs. Literally, like, she's in the community changing lives. She's in her bag making money, and she's over here making a difference for a ton of people. So before she just says, "Oh, I like to do things," don't let her. Okay. Like, she's the real.
Why you so reserved and humble? Like,
real deal.
You gotta talk it. You gotta talk that shit.
Oh, I gotta talk that shit.
Let them know.
Okay,
real deal.
I do. Thank you. Give thanks.
I wish I had an audience so we could clap it up for you.
Yes. Come on, we are all reflections. Let's stop playing.
That's facts.
Because you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like sometimes some things don't have to be announced like that. You know what I mean? If you're doing it, you're doing it, right? We doing it.
But we setting listening though.
But we setting listening for sure. We setting examples for sure. So my sister here, you're just as popping out here. You know what I'm saying? Changing lives. Doing all. We all doing. We all making stuff happen. Period. So yes, I have a store called the Zen Bar. It's a holistic healing center. It's a juice bar and a spa together. You know what I'm saying? We sell everything from sage, crystals, candles to smoothies. And our smoothies, drink your smoothies, by the way, are actually aligned to your chakra system. So when you come in there, it's all about really learning what chakra blockages you might have, what energy that might be really blocking you and stuff like that, so you can work on that. And we get you a smoothie to match that, help you get aligned. Then we got the full spa in the back, so you can come in back, get you a massage, get you a facial, get you some Reiki, energy cleanse. We have yoni steams, foot detoxes, just a complete healing center.
That is dope.
Thank you.
I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, and I also do business. I have my own tax office. I've had my own tax office for 10 years. Have about 3 of them, different states. I dabble into trust. That's a whole nother topic though, so we're not gonna go too deep on that. But yeah, so I do a lot of stuff. I also do community work. I have a nonprofit called Travel with a Purpose. which is a spiritual-based retreat, but it's with a twist. So it's a mission-based retreat. So, you know, we go to different countries, we have fun, but we make sure to like give back to the people of the land. You know?
Real dope. Let me ask you your relationship status.
I'm single. I'm very single.
Very single.
Very, very single. You know, not by choice, I would say, kind of by choice, but more or less, you know, not finding the compatible suitor.
I like that answer.
Thank you.
I like that answer.
Very, very real.
To my right, we have
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Sarah. So you actually live in Canada, right? No, you live in LA, but you're from Canada.
Yes, we're both actually from Canada.
Oh,
Yes,
interesting.
yes. So I live in Los Angeles. We've been there for 14 years. I'm a cliche. Let's get that out the way. I moved to LA to pursue acting, and I loved it. It was very fun, but I don't like the industry. And I slipped and fell into entrepreneurship over 10 years ago, and it was through multi-level marketing. I built to the top 1.6% of the company. I took the lessons, the tools, the trainings, all of those things. I started a mindset motivation t-shirt line. I started doing high-ticket one-on-one coaching. I started speaking all over the world. I have an online course, a self-love book, an audiobook, investing, all the things. Realistically, though, I honestly feel like my biggest achievement is that I am who I say that I am, and what you see is really what you get. And in a world where people are constant with the hidden agenda and the I need to act this way, no, truly what you see is what you get. So if I'm goofy one day, you're gonna get all the goof. If I'm wild one day, you're gonna get all the wild. But really and truly, I feel like a powerful place for me to be in is I'm always asking myself, who is it that I want to be instead of what is it that I want to do? Because a label will never have anything on what God is calling me to do in this lifetime. So that's
Clap
a
that
little bit of
up.
who I am.
Clap that up.
Sarah be changing lives.
How old are you? How young are you?
I am 33 years young. It's my Jesus year. Coming up on the end of it.
I'm the youngest one on this couch.
Yeah, you a baby.
Jesus.
We ain't gonna say that.
You a
How old are
baby.
you?
I'll be 33
Okay, you're
next
about to
month.
be in your
Well, in 2
Jesus
months.
year.
What? When's your birthday?
July 30th.
Oh, a Leo. I'm a July 2nd.
Cancer. What's your relationship status?
Deep sigh.
Oh, wow.
I'm recently single, but I feel very empowered in my decision.
Okay. I don't want to ask. No, I know, right?
What'd you say?
I said I like that answer too.
Yeah, I feel very empowered. Very empowered.
We might get into that. Okay, so today's topic, which you don't know. We know, but you don't. It's
I don't know. They've been keeping a secret.
very interesting
How you
topic.
keep the secret from the secret?
Well, I think I thought you had powers. I thought you would have just figured it out or something. Read me. Okay. Well, without further ado, a black man. And I think it's just a conversation that people need to hear, men and women. I feel like, for me, I feel like men don't understand how to receive love. And for me, I know, like, my parents, they wasn't together. So we grew up in a split household, and so I never seen my parents interact in that manner. So when it comes to relationships, like, and a lot of people are like this, so how do you, if you didn't have an example in life, how do you understand, like, when you get in a relationship, how can you love a person? How can you let someone love you if you never had an example in life? And I think it goes back generations, because the black man, we've been just put down. We've just been over decades and decades, like, we just been looked at like we're nothing, like we're just beneath, like we're beneath everyone. You know, like, if you look back at Well, if you look at the statistics, you know, black men are like the highest people in jail. We're not graduating from college, or we're not completing high school. We're not getting good jobs. So it's like it's really a really low percent of black males that are succeeding in life. And then when women, you know, you hear women sometimes say, well, I don't want a man that makes less than 100,000. Like, how is a man supposed to feel when he hears that type of stuff? Like, I work a regular job, like I'm a school teacher, I'm a plumber, or whatever I am, and I hear that type of stuff, like I feel less than, like I don't feel equal to, you know, like, so how can I even get in a healthy relationship, or how can I even feel like I'm worthy when I am in a relationship if a lot of women feel this way, and I'm in a relationship and maybe this woman is not even speaking her real truth, like, so that's the topic of discussion.
Okay.
So
This is such a loaded question, and it's so deep.
we got time.
Well, it goes really deep though.
Yeah, it
But
literally
it goes really deep.
Like, let's not even go all the way back to slavery. Like, let's actually just go back to the 70s and when they incorporated cocaine and heroin into black families, and that was really what started to break the black family down.
Yeah.
And it permitted for a lot of black wives inside of those black families to say, oh, my husband really isn't out here doing it anymore, because now he's trying, you know, the things that they're supposed to be selling on this, all of the things, like down to the music, the media. There's so many, there's such a strong narrative of let's make sure the black family isn't strong together. And so I think that before we can get to how do we love the black man from a woman's standpoint, the question is, does the black man do the work to be loved? Because there's so much trauma that a lot of black men have. It's like this chip on their shoulder, whether they know about it or not. But if the work isn't done to heal that trauma, if the work isn't done to say, like, no matter what, we're worthy. Like, if a man is like, oh, well, how am I supposed to be worthy if maybe my woman, no matter what, we're worthy. Worthiness is our birthright. It's not something we have to earn or achieve. It just is. And if you're a good man, you're a good man, but it comes with healing trauma. There's so much of it too.
Yeah, but that goes really deep.
Yeah.
That goes deep. That is deeper. It does go back to slavery. So it goes back to, you know, all the way to the black man being beaten in front of the woman.
Right.
You know what I mean? It goes back to the system that's been set up to create the woman to believe that she can be an independent woman. And like she said, the music, all these things have been created to make the black woman and the black man hate each other, you know? So if the black man cannot love himself and he cannot love the woman, they can't love each other. It's like, it's this whole system that's been created to make us just hate each other, you know? So how do we get back to even that root of the man even loving the woman, because they don't love the woman? When we talk about the music, it's degrading. Everything is degrading. Everything is, you know.
But how do you
bland.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's very poisonous. There's no respect for the woman. And the woman, you know, the woman is the mother. She is the human portal to life on this earth. You know? So if men don't cherish the woman, how can the woman love the man?
But how can anyone love anyone or anything if they don't love themselves?
Absolutely. Right. It's all connected.
It is all definitely connected. What do you think?
Well, man, I feel like us as men, we live in constant like fear. The man. We're constantly afraid of like losing, falling off, getting to a point in life, you know, trying to beat the statistics. We can't just walk outside our door and just think it's just every day is gonna be okay. Something's gonna happen to you. You know, like when it comes to women, not saying anything won't happen to you guys, but the likeliness of a guy going to jail or getting into the interaction with another guy, which causes him to go to prison, or interactions with the police, or it's a lot. So like, So when we wake up every day, like we're in constant fear, like we're always in this state of mind, like we have to win, we have to keep going, we have to like keep striving.
Well, yeah, you guys are constantly in an energy where you have to prove yourself,
Right.
amongst other men, right? Like women, we're more naturally the nurturers. So when we come amongst other women or other children, anything, we're welcoming. But men have to go around each other and almost like prove themselves amongst each other, right? So you guys, which is, it's funny, I've been trying so hard to get a men's circle started at my store because we have a lot of women's circle, and every time we have like these ceremonies and things like that, the women are coming out. Like she said, like the men are not doing the work, right? They're not coming together and they're not actually opening up and doing the work to be able to heal amongst each other as brothers. You know what I'm saying? So that trauma can be healed, so that you guys can get to a place where you actually love yourselves and understand the power that you hold and the necessity of the two being back together.
I will say too, as far as like the easy answer, like when it comes to without the deep rooted healing and trauma and all of those things, like the actual act of loving a black man, is that I think it's really important, especially in this day and age where women are so masculine and they're so like they're so strong, like, and I'm talking to my black women here, or really any woman that wants to be with a black man or any man, period. Men want peace, right? Men want to feel needed. And if you are that woman that's constantly talking down to your man and disrespecting him and emasculating him, it's only a matter of time until he leaves you for whatever's next, right? Or until he's stepping out on you because he really doesn't like you, he's tolerating you, right? And so I feel like one of the things that I think is very important, and we do this all the time, like we're like natural cheerleaders, I think. Like we're always speaking life into whatever it is that we want to see with men or with women. But I wonder what the statistic is. You guys know the 5 love languages?
Yeah.
You're familiar? I'm curious what the statistic is. How many of those people are words of affirmation for men? Because like oftentimes, I think almost every man I've ever spoken to, one of their top languages is words of affirmation. It's not acts of service, it's not physical touch, it's not quality time, it's not gifts, you know, like it's literally words of affirmation. And if that's someone's love language and you're sitting here saying, oh, you ain't shit, like if that's your MO, you're literally breaking that person down when they already have too much to deal with.
Yeah.
Even if you're not saying those words, you need to be saying positive words. Absolutely. You need to feed him with positive words because we need to hear that because we're not getting it from anywhere else.
Right.
So like if I come home and home is supposed to be my safe haven. I go out into this world where I don't feel safe. It's subconsciously. It's not like I'm going outside and I feel scared. Subconsciously, I know. You know what I'm saying? I have to be on point. So when I come home, it's like I need to feel like loved. I need to hear certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then when it comes to negative words, that's just really a no-go. Like, I'm not even taking any type of disrespect because even whatever I did, like, I don't deserve.
No, nobody ever does.
I agree.
Nobody should ever be disrespecting each other. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be at a level of teamwork and understanding that we charge each other. You know what I'm saying? You're either going to be like, you're either draining each other or you're charging each other.
I like that.
I love that. So let's speak. Okay, you're single. Your last relationships, if you don't mind. Do you feel like you loved him properly?
Yeah. I'm ready for this question.
Definitely.
How so?
But it's actually, what's even funnier? When you started at saying the question at the beginning, it's funny because when I left that relationship, that was my biggest realization, was that he had never learned how to love, like, and I had to really process, how he was raised, where he came from, like, And I realized like it wasn't even his fault. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times people are just programmed for what they're accustomed to, you know? And a lot of people don't want to do the work. They're comfortable in that space that they're in.
Yep.
You know, everybody doesn't want to grow. Everybody is not always looking to grow, you know? So, yeah, my last relationship, I was in that relationship about 7 years off and on. My last, like, real relationship. I had, like a fling, but that didn't last. Like, what that lasted, like 4 months, maybe, because I have a very quick no tolerance. Like, at this point in my life, I don't really, I'm 35, you know what I'm saying?
We ain't got time.
So, yeah, we ain't got time. And we're either mentally aligned or we're not. You know, so that didn't last long. But my last, like, real relationship, that was like 7 years off and on. And it was very, it was traumatic. You know, it was traumatic. He was from Memphis. Definitely, like, you know,
Street.
guess you said, yeah, street nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely came from, you know, a lifestyle that, you know, I don't know why I expected him to, like, ever love me like how I needed to be loved.
Because he from the streets?
No, it's not that, but it's like something like that. It's deeper than that, right? It's like the family, what he saw growing up, stuff like his whole history. I'm not gonna go into his whole history right now, but you know, yes, it has to do a lot to do with how people are raised at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And if they want to change at that point, because I don't really believe that where you come from matters, because I come from a lot of crazy stuff. I come from a arranged marriage. My mother left when I was 3 years old, you know, so I come from not the best situation. So I definitely believe that you have the choice to, you know, choose how you want to live your life, but some people are very comfortable with what they're used to. You know, he was comfortable with what he was used to.
But with you, how do you feel like, or
how do you feel like I loved him?
Yes. What was your way of loving him? Because let me say this, because I would, you know, some guys think that they know what they want when it comes to love. You can say things, but it's something that you really can't describe, like when it comes from like a love from a woman. So just explain. Let's hear it.
I don't know how to explain that. I was my best self. You know, I gave my all. I'm naturally a very mothering and like kind of I want to build with somebody. When I get in a relationship, I get very like, let me help you. You know what I'm saying? Let's figure out how we gonna build whatever we build in. You know what I'm saying? So what I know that I left him with a lot of knowledge, success, and love, and businesses. You know what I'm saying?
Did you showcase any type of masculinity? Were you just all the way feminine? Because
no, yeah, I definitely have masculine energy when it comes to my knowledge. Okay, and actually that was something that we would, I feel like, bump heads about a lot, because it was like my opinions on things. You know, he was like very, because I'm very like on a spiritual conscious like level, right? And my journey probably started on that like around 4 years ago. So when I started on my journey and I started like learning stuff, and I would like talk about it, and it would be like I would get shut down. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to know about that shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
That's what he would say?
Ignorant energy, yes. He's like very ignorant. I don't even know I don't even know how to go there, but I know that I walked away knowing that I gave my best. He didn't value the relationship. He had a lot of infidelity issues. That was our biggest issue, was infidelity. So ultimately, I left the situation because he was, you know, he was a cheater.
I want to ask you the same thing. Your last relationship, how did it end? And that's that.
It ended by me saying, this is December of last year. I said, I'm at capacity. He said, I'm at capacity too. I said, no, I am not at capacity with life. I'm at capacity with you. And I need to see through action because I've been asking for actions for a long time and I've been very patient. And if this is something that you want, then I need to see. And he said, I'm worth it. I'm worth it, Sarah. Just let me show you I'm worth it. I'm gonna do this. Just be patient with me. Just be patient with me. That was December. January 28th, I couldn't do it anymore.
Oh.
But it was almost 3 years of our relationship was a lot of me compromising because I believe in being feminine. I believe in, I believe like I want to be safe to be my little girl. You know, I want to be playful. I'm affectionate. And I think he's been my best teacher. And not in the sense where he was like, let me show you how to do this. But the way that he would move and shake forced me to change the meaning that I gave to things. Like as an example, I'm very big on family. Like Helen could tell you, we are like family, we ride or die. And everybody I've ever dated in the past has always met my parents within like 2-3 months, like not a long, and my parents live in Canada. And again, people, like everybody I've been in a relationship, like I've been engaged twice, you know, I probably would have been engaged more than that if people could afford rings. Truly, like that's just the real in the past, right? And what's wild to me is I was like, I really want you to meet my parents. And he was like, I'm not meeting your parents. And I was like, I don't understand. Can you help me understand? He said, I don't meet parents until I know for sure that this is my thing. He did go on to meet my parents and he did ask permission to my dad and all those things. We never got engaged, but I say all of that to say that in that moment, and there were a lot of these moments where society says you have to do things a certain way, or we think that things are supposed to go a certain way. And what I learned was the meaning that we give things is all that really matters. Does him not meeting my parents mean that he didn't love me? No. Did it mean that he loved me less? No. Did it mean that he didn't care about me and his intention was to never meet my parents? No. The truth of it is, he wasn't ready to meet my parents when he wasn't ready to meet my parents. And when he was. And that was it, you know? And so I learned so many different things inside of our relationship of me compromising, but it got to a point where my compromise was self-betrayal. And I'm never going to say anything bad about that man. He's a great man. He's a phenomenal man. And I'm just very clear that what I'm asking for, he can't give to me. It's not even in his chemistry. I actually read a book called, I'm an avid book reader, like a voracious book reader. And it's called Attached. And it talks about relationship attachment styles. And it talks about how people are either secure, they're anxious, or they're avoidant. And when I read the breakdown of avoidant, it's like they romanticize about the future. They romanticize about weddings and children and all the things they want to do, but they kind of keep you at arm's width away. Like we were together for almost 3 years. We never lived together, you know? So there was a lot, there's a lot of things I had to learn to give a different meaning and not get into my head. And so I'm grateful for that because he really was a great teacher. But I say all that to say that when I read this book and I understood that he is an avoidant attachment style, and there's no right or wrong, it just is what it is. I am so much better off finding a person that is a similar like me, like a secure attachment style where I don't need to avoid you and I don't need to feel anxious. I feel like I'm worthy of love. I think we all are. And I think that there's something great out there for all of us. And if I can be the person that can attract the person that I want to find me, then that's my biggest opportunity. And instead of being like, well, you're because he's not an affectionate man. Like there's certain things about him that I'm just like, I want, but it's just not in him.
But
and
that's
instead of
what
beating
it's really
him up,
about, right? We gotta know what we're compatible with. You know what I'm saying?
And we aren't
and
compatible.
the love language is like you were saying earlier, like you need to if you know that you have a love language of affirmation, then you know you need to be with somebody who's gonna give you affirmations. Naturally. And you don't want it to be like,
it's work, and so it's not fair of me to beat you down because you can't be what I need.
That's not your nature.
Not fair.
That's not
I would never do that. And so I was very patient inside of our relationship, like waiting to see, can he give me the things that I need, not even the things that I want, because we don't get everything we want, but can you give me the things that I need? And once I finally, it took me a while, but once I finally started to understand that no, it's not in his DNA. He just doesn't have it like that, but he has so many great things, and he'll make somebody very happy one day. It just won't be me.
That part.
Yeah. Exactly. So and I think I'll make someone very happy one day, or actually I'm already happy, and and whoever I'm with is going to be happy, and we're just going to be happy together because we understand that happiness is within, it's not without, and it's a matter of, are we willing to be honest with ourselves? So many people hold on to relationships because they're comfortable, and I refuse to do that.
Me too. Oof, I refuse.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I won't stay in a relationship if it's just because my last relationship, it lasted 6 months, and I thought I would marry this girl.
Wow.
And
what ended it?
I realized that maybe, I hope she don't watch this, but I thought I would marry this girl. I knew this girl since I was 12 years old, but I didn't know her. I didn't know her as a girlfriend. I only knew her as a friend, and she always kind of kept like a shield up. So I didn't get to know that part of her. But I always had the idea. That's what I was probably in love with, just the idea of being with her. Like, I just love this girl. Like, she seems so perfect for me. And when we finally got together, it was just certain signs that I just, like, she wasn't affectionate. I'm really affectionate. She didn't just touch me like the way I wanted to be touched. And you just really can't teach a girl that.
You can't teach that.
And
it gotta be in you.
Yeah.
It gotta be in you. Like,
not on you.
It has to be in you. And that was major. And I told her about it,
Oh, you communicated.
Yeah. She just said, I'm just not affectionate. I just don't know how to be.
So did she in that point, did she at least like make an effort?
Yeah, but it felt too forced. It didn't feel like it was natural. Like I just feel like I like to be touched all the time. I like to be kissed. I like to affirmations. It's just certain things that I know I needed, and it wasn't given.
Like the requirements, like your requirements, your things that are like that make you charge you up.
Yes.
The things that charge you up that you need in a relationship. Yeah. It's like if that person don't got it,
just can't
let them go.
I still love her. You know what I'm saying? I really do love her as a person. Love her as a friend. Yeah. Even thought about just having a child with her, because she's a really good person at heart. But
you don't have any children?
No.
Okay.
Stand down. And it was like certain other things. Like I don't mind a woman, like she don't have to like be a boss or like just be super she just doesn't have to, she just has to be motivated. Now the money doesn't matter to me. So I just didn't see that from her. I felt like I was gonna have to put too much energy into like.
So she had like no ambition.
I ain't gonna say she didn't have any ambition. She would talk a good game. I just didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna waste no time. I ain't gonna wait a year to see if it's there or not.
Yeah, we too old for this.
So, I felt like I was in the stage where I was trying to rebuild my life. So I can't help you build if I'm trying to build myself up. And I just had to let it go. It kind of ended bad.
It ended bad?
Yeah. Not, but yeah, it ended bad.
Why? She was salty?
I think she just felt like I left her.
Well, was it the way that you ended it, maybe?
Yeah.
Did you do it a little foul?
I did.
Okay, you ain't right for that.
I ain't. Yeah. I could admit to that.
Yeah, you gotta at least leave her in a solid position.
I know. But I think like I was stressed.
But
like
you were stressed about your own things, is what you're saying.
I was stressed about.
Were you actually able to, or were you going through your own tribulations at the time?
It was the relationship and just life, you know, like trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I just got out of prison. I'm talking about the first day I got out, the halfway house, it was relationship.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like I thought I was ready. You know what I'm saying? Like I was okay with just being with one woman, but just not that relationship. I didn't have enough energy for anybody else. And
It was draining you.
it was going to drain me. And like the first 6 months, I spent so much money, and I was like, I can't keep this up. Not trying to build myself up. I can't build what I'm trying to build, and without you.
But that's okay. So let's go to that, right? Because let's talk about that. You just got out of jail, and you're saying when you just got out of jail, instead of her trying to help you, it wasn't really that. Like, how was she loving you? Because that's what we're talking about, right? How are we loving the black man? So for somebody who just got out of jail, what could she have done better to support you at that time?
That's such a great question.
Man, that is a great question. I think just being real supportive, giving me space, because in prison, like I was just surrounded by a lot of people,
Right.
and I needed space. But
sure.
I feel like she bombarded my house. Like she kind of just moved in without saying anything. Not moved in literally, but she just stayed here for
Being there too much.
extended period of time. Like she lived in another state, and she just didn't leave. She's like, I don't like being in New York. I was like, all right.
Oh, it was overbearing.
Yeah, so like I needed space, and she was real, like she's an alpha woman. Like she's feminine, but like I get a lot of masculine energy from her.
Right.
And it was just a disconnect. But I felt like if she would have just kind of like, we could have kind of like grew. It happened too fast. So if she kind of just worked on herself while I was working on myself, and we still kind of met in the middle, versus you being around me 24/7, and as I'm building, I can't even think. You know what I'm saying? I gotta always think of you. I'm coming home, I have to sit in the car for an extra hour just so I can get some peace.
Would you go back? If she worked on herself, you've worked on yourself. Could you go back?
Maybe, but
Do you think it's good to go back?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's good to go back.
I've never gone back.
I don't think it is.
I went backwards once with that last relationship, and it was the worst thing I could have ever did. When I went back, it was worse.
Cause you know, it's just you have this feeling like, you know what, something might change.
I really thought, because let me tell you, I left him for 2 whole years, right? Because I found out he had cheated on me. This is the first time I had found out. And I was like, I left, right? Then I got in a car accident. And I got in this crazy car accident. I was hit by a drunk driver. And I was in the hospital for like a whole week. So somehow he found out I was in the hospital. He ends up calling me in the hospital. And that was like, I just swore. I was so slow back then. Now I'm just like, oh my God. But I literally just thought it was God. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I just almost died. Maybe I'm supposed to give this a chance again. You know what I'm saying? Worst thing I could have ever did. You know? 'Cause
Yeah.
it was really bad after that. You know, it was like worse after. So sometimes going back, it ain't really worth it. I think we got to learn our lessons. And
Got to. You got to move on.
yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Nope. But you know what though? When I'm done, it's the light. There's nobody home. Like there's literally nothing that someone could say. But I've already been exiting.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot
For any
for me.
woman too.
Yeah.
Because most women are mentally detaching before they actually leave.
Walk away. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so then when it's like, hey, even now, like I have exes now that are like, hey, no. The answer is still a hard no. Like it was a no then and it's a no now. And not even in like a negative, I don't like you. I could talk to anybody like, hey, what's up? How are you? No problem. No love lost in my book. However, the answer is no. No. There's a reason why things didn't work out the first time for me. That's how I get down.
Yeah, and I think we got to be real cautious of it's funny because my last situation that I was talking about, the little quick one, 4 months, you know what I'm saying? It's funny because mine ended the exact same way you talking about, but the roles were flipped. Yeah, like I'm just like really thinking about, wow, the roles are flipped, because you know he kind of just started like bombarding my space.
Yep.
And I was like, what are you doing? Like, you're just always here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't do this. Like, you know, you can't be here like this. And I was like, no, you know what I mean? And then I learned, one of my elders said something to me, and she was like, you have to be careful of anybody who tries to like force into a relationship with you like that real fast, because usually their ulterior motives, like, or their, you know, it's like not, it's not really like, you don't know what their motives are when anybody tries to move that fast. Anything genuine and good is gonna take time, and it's gonna be more of a, you know, not forceful thing.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt.
That's how I felt too. And I was like, you know what, you gotta go. I was like, this ain't working for you. And then, not to mention, because let's talk about this. He was comfortable being in my space and not paying anything. Like, he never offered.
He had money?
I felt like he had money, you know. I don't know. Let's talk
But
about
like practically
let's
moving
talk
in.
about the facade in Atlanta. Did he have money? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know though, because it was only 4 months, right?
You'll know.
Just getting to know him.
You'll know, because when you got money, you're ready to offer. Especially if I'm in your space. Like, you need something, because I don't need you complaining about nothing. You need something.
You feel me? And the fact that he didn't offer was a big red flag for me. So I was like, you know what? I don't think we're not compatible, because that doesn't even make sense as a man.
But what I love is you communicated your
I
issue
did communicate
and gave him a shot to like try to whatever. But even his idea of what he thought made sense was kind of like,
Was like, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, nah. I definitely communicated though. I'm a big communicator. I will communicate.
Do you communicate in relationships?
I've got better over the years. I could say that back in my days, no. But I learned though, like, relationships taught me different things, and having communication is really important. I understand women need that. We both do, but
We both do.
you got to be able to speak your mind, and if you don't communicate, the relationship's not gonna be healthy.
Right.
Because you need to know like what that person is thinking, how that person feel for real.
Right.
I need to tell you how I feel, so I could tell you like what I don't like, what I do like, what you need to chill on. Like,
There's a really good book that actually talks about that. I know I'm like a bookworm, sorry guys.
We love the books.
I'm here for the books. For people that are at home and they want to read too, it's actually, it's an audio book that's online. It's not even, you can't even get it on Audible or in a bookstore, but it's called How to Have the Relationship That You Want. And one of the things that I really thought was powerful, especially for like super masculine women, is masculine women usually want to be like, why aren't you doing this? And like wrong their man, and you're never gonna get what you want. And the truth of it is, a masculine energied person, let me say person, not even just man, but a masculine energied person, like a man, they want to solve problems, right? They're fixers. If they love you, they want to solve problems. And so if women, instead of being like, oh, you should have done this, why didn't you do that? You promised me, you're always breaking promises, all those things or whatever it may be, just say how you feel. You know, like I feel disregarded, or I feel disrespected, or I feel whatever it may be that you may feel, without bringing them into it. And that's the hardest part, right? Like, as an example, let's say I wanted you to take out the trash and we were together, and I could say, oh, I've asked you 48,000 times to take out the trash. You never do what you say you're going to do, blah, 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 blah. Now we're fighting. And we have bad energy and all of those things, right? As opposed to a different conversation is, I feel like I'm tired of talking about the trash. And if we want the roles to change, where that's not something that is going to happen in that way, in that manner, then perfect. Let's figure out what's the role that works best for us. But I don't want to talk about the trash anymore. It's a different conversation, right? And now it's like, okay, if the man is like, well, let me fix it, or he's gonna be like, I don't want to do that damn role. Okay, great, baby, let's figure out a role that works best for us, because something's gotta work. You know what I mean? Something's gotta give. But if we stop wronging people, ladies, and we just say how we feel without wronging them, we'll get everything we want.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't value each other's emotions, though, right? It's about being able to say what you feel, and the other person
accepting
not
it,
valuing
offense.
your emotions.
Yeah.
accepting it.
Yeah. 'Cause it's like, no matter, even if you can't comprehend it, it's like your how you feel is validated. So like, let me know that I'm validated in how I feel. And
Right.
you understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It doesn't even have to be your right, because right or wrong, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? You know?
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this, because you guys are like not the average women. You guys make money.
Yeah, we're definitely not.
So like, men are like natural providers.
Yes.
And then when it comes to women that make money, I feel like it's I don't want to say this wrong. I feel like that you guys, it's harder for you guys to take the back seat.
Nope.
It's not.
Wait. But you say that, right?
No.
You say that
Let me
because
say this. Maybe it's because I haven't met anybody who I've been able to take the back seat with yet.
okay. So how can you say that if you say that you haven't met anyone, but you were so quick?
That I can take the back seat with.
I've
Not
met-
to like I just told you, the brother I was just talking to didn't even offer, you know what I'm saying? So if we talking
No,
about,
you picked the wrong guy.
okay, well, I haven't met nobody that is compatible that I've met yet. She's definitely, she's had a few, not a few, but I'm just saying. Let me rephrase. But your last,
Several.
your last last boyfriend
Can-
was good. They're very, very well established.
Yeah.
Gentlemen. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you might take the back seat, but you seem like
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm definitely feminine.
you're very. I can tell that you're soft, but I can see some aggression in you.
Oh, for certain.
Right.
I didn't get to be successful in business without aggression,
Okay, that's business, right?
but I know when to take it off with my man.
Okay, so there's no type of aggression when you're in like relationships.
Aggression? No, because I don't win with aggression. Our
Okay,
strength
let's not
is
use
our
that word.
vulnerability.
Let's not use aggression then.
Okay.
Yeah, no aggression.
Let's not use the word aggression.
You could say masculine.
Like, no, I feel like, will I share with you how I feel? Yes, I will. And I feel I don't need to beat it into you, because you don't hear, like, men don't hear that. Men want peace.
Yeah,
they don't want to
receive
talk
it
all
like
night
that.
Don't.
about certain things. They don't want to talk about the moon, the stars, and aliens. That's why I got a really phenomenal, amazing girl
Well,
tribe.
some do.
You know, well, the men I attract don't. Okay, I attract very masculine, settled in, know who they are, certain men, and those are the men that I want, right? So those are the men I choose, I should say. And so inside of that, I feel very confident in, by me being who I am and knowing what it is that I'm going to bring to our relationship, and vice versa, I attract men that I trust to take the lead over my life. And I think that's the issue with a lot of relationships, is that women want to give the lead over to their man, but their man is like lost out here.
Right.
He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know where he's going. He's still trying to figure a lot of things out.
Those type of men are not ready. They're not ready.
No, they're not ready.
They're not ready.
But that's who most women.
5%, 90%.
Yeah, that's who most women end up with. And so I personally don't choose those.
That
men.
goes back to the men doing the healing.
Yes, it does.
Because if we really want to talk about it, that's why there's so many women out here, successful, doing business, doing stuff, because they're doing the healing. They're doing the work to like go within themselves. They're doing the self-love affirmations every day. We're doing the
meditation, the journaling, the healing. We're overcoming trauma.
We're talking about our shadows. We're talking about our dark sides. We're talking about the stuff that we went through. And we're getting to a place where we're able to really manifest out here and really like tap into power, right? Our God self, right? But the man is not doing the work,
right? And I think for me personally, like I feel like I want to feel safe to be my little girl. And if at any point in the courting phase, when we're getting to know one another, I don't feel safe, I don't choose you. Because I like that, and that's it. Like there is no, you know, some people will kind of like prolong. Well, maybe like, okay, I need to feel safe. That's a prerequisite. I need to feel safe as my little girl.
Yeah.
I
think that's big for all women too, because we're already like super women out here.
Yeah.
So we need our
super women though. You know, guys
don't want that.
Not necessarily we don't want it. We don't care.
Yeah.
But we're that naturally, especially mothers.
Yeah.
Okay, super women, but when it comes to like women being really successful, having their shit together, of course you can have the minimum shit together, the basics. But being super successful and having all these businesses, we don't care.
No, I don't think y'all like that, do you?
I would say that I want a girl that hustles, but I don't care if she make more money than me. I don't care, because it doesn't make me feel any type of way. It doesn't make me feel insecure. I don't care, because I'm still gonna do me, and I could do it without her. So it doesn't. But don't lead with that. You know, like, hey, I got my own shit, did this, and I don't need you, because I need to feel like I'm needed. You know what I'm saying? Don't lead with that. Like, oh, I got my shit, I don't really need you. You can't do that, because
I think that's the women's issue. But that goes back into the society and what they're doing too, right? Like they're putting that into especially the black woman, you know, to really have that energy of like, oh, I don't need
these niggas.
Yeah, like we good. I could do this by myself.
I need mine. Let me tell you right now. I need mine. Period. I need mine too. Mine. Keep me safe.
And that's why I'm not even gonna play with it.
Love, protect, provide.
If you ain't gonna give me all of that, then I'm gonna be on my single stuff, and I'm gonna focus on my business and what I need to do, the impact I can make in the world, until, you know, that time comes.
You know what though? I will say a disaster for me, and I think there's a lot of women that do this, where because my heart's desire, and I didn't really know that, like I wasn't as aware of it until recently, but my heart's desire is not to be this ultra successful, like, yeah, I've traveled all over the world, been in so many different countries. Oh my goodness, I went from $250,000 to $1 million in 6 months. Like, I have all these accolades that don't mean anything if I'm by myself, right? Like, I want to be married. I want to be a wife. And you could take all of those things away from me, I'm gonna be the dopest wife and the dopest freaking mom. I already know I'm gonna be the mom at every basketball game with the sign, screaming at the top. I'm that auntie too. Like, I am that. Like, I don't play. When it comes to my man, like, the one thing I told my ex, and I think that it was true, was I'm gonna be the best you ever had, because I'm gonna be the best me I've ever been. Watch what happens. And I take it serious. Like, I learn my partner. So I say all of that to say that, like, I don't know what it is where, for me in the past, every time I got into a relationship, I would start building my man and I would stop building me. And I literally have created, oh man, it's wild out here what us as women do as helpmates, the places we take our men.
Good women.
Oh my God. I wish, even my most recent ex-fiance, he's doing fairly well. He'll tell you, I always knew I would get here, but you expedited my journey by 7 to 10 years. Every man I've ever been with has grown, with the exception of my most recent fiance, because he didn't need any building, you know. But outside of, not fiance, my partner, my most recent partner, he's the only one that didn't really need building. But even inside of our relationship, there's non-tangibles that he will be like, oh, that's why he was like, please, I'm worth it. All of these things, wait, don't go. So I feel like it's important for us as women, don't feel bad and don't feel vilified, because sometimes we think that, you know, if a woman is willing to give up whatever it is that she built, or if she's willing to be a stay-at-home mom, or if she's willing to, like, I just hate how people try to make it into a bad thing, when the reality of it is, when we're aware of what it is that we need, that you want, and you move in alignment with that, that's the most beautiful, honoring thing that any of us could ever do.
Exactly.
In my opinion.
Absolutely, I agree.
But when it didn't work though, and I had to go back into work mode.
A lot of people don't know what they want though.
It's hard.
A lot of people don't know what they want though. They allow society to kind of like paint this picture for them, and they just know what they think they're supposed to have, and they think that's what they want, but they don't really know, because most of them have barely even gone past their neighborhood, you know, so they can't even really like fathom what they want, you know what I mean? Because like it goes back to what they've seen. What do they know? You know, if all you know is this same schedule or this same path that you've always lived, you're not going to take that other route right there. You know what I'm saying? You're going to keep taking that same path every fucking day.
I tell myself that I need to travel the world first before I even choose anybody. Because, you know, when you're stuck, like let's say people that never left their hometown, like if that's all you know, right?
Exactly.
That's you're not going to choose anything different. So like I need to expand like my horizon. I need to go see different.
Have you done a lot of traveling?
I did some traveling, like Dubai, Spain, Toronto.
Hey, come on, Canada.
You've done some good spots.
Yeah, but not enough though. I need to go see like Asia. I need to go see a lot of Europe. I need to go see Australia. I need to go see Africa.
Yeah.
All like a lot of parts of Africa, South America. So I gotta get myself out there because I think this is what I want because this is all I see. So I don't want to choose right now because I still have time.
All the time. I feel like men aren't even really ready till they're like 45 to 55.
Me neither. I really don't feel like that because you guys are still
Knowing that,
your journey.
Then okay, why don't you try to reach for older?
I date older men.
How old? Like
Older, 45 to 55. That's my sweet spot.
let me ask you this though. Okay, if you had multiple engagements, multiple relationships, what do you think is the problem that it's not working? Is it the man or
No. I think it's both of us. I think it's alignment. In the past, I would choose people. So I should say this. In the past, I used to want marriage and a family. That was it. Marriage and a family. And if you're not careful, anybody can give you marriage and a family.
Okay.
But now, quick and in a hurry, right?
Be careful.
But now I seek happiness. And because I'm happy, that will breed marriage and a family. And so now the partners that I'm choosing, also I'm much older now. I understand myself better. I'm way more self-aware than I used to be. And so inside of that, I'm choosing better partners. I used to date young men. Like I used to date people that are my age, a year older, 2 years older. And that is not where I enjoy being. I almost feel like, I'm an old soul naturally, and then I've been around, I've done a lot of really cool, awesome things, and as far as culture goes and travel goes and all of those things, and I really in my soul feel like because I know me better, I'm better able to choose someone that's more aligned, and the only way to find out is trial and error. Give it a shot, and if it's not it, it's not it, and no love lost, and keep it moving. But I do believe in love, and I don't know that I completely believe in the construct of marriage. I don't know, we want to commit to forever. I don't know what forever looks like, but I do know my parents have been together for decades. My dad ruptured a disc in his back when I was 10 years old. We went from a 10 family income household to one. My mom held it down and still made my dad head of household. My dad battled with cancer, like so many different things that my parents have gone through together. And I remember growing up saying, like, Mom, you should leave him. Like, I don't even know why you guys are together. Like, my dad was so mean back in the day because he was injured, right? His pride was ruined and he couldn't provide for the family. So now as an adult, I can understand. But my mom said to me, and I'll never forget, she said, your dad is my very best friend and I would never leave him. And you guys may not understand it, but I would never leave him. And for me, sorry, I get emotional when I think about my parents, but for me, the way that they have displayed that ride or die, no matter what, hell or high water type of love, I aspire to have that, And so I don't know what forever looks like. Maybe I'll be married one day. Maybe we'll just have kids and we'll co-parent and everything. I don't know what it looks like. And I'm not attached to any of the answers. I just know that I believe in love and I believe in
Super dope.
wanting to evolve and become our best selves and take the journey. And if you freaking lose it or everything goes to hell in a handbasket, okay, but what if it's the most epic love story that ever existed? Yeah, I would rather choose the latter. You know, so I don't know. That's me. I'm a hopeless romantic, and I don't know. That's just me.
We love it.
What would you say you bring to the table?
What would I say I bring to the table?
Like if you was...
I don't think that it's about bringing anything to the table.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay, no, let's be real. Okay,
A lot.
If we want to be real, I think that if we really go back to how it's supposed to be, right? We want to talk about, because it don't really matter what I bring to the table. It really doesn't. If we really want to go back to like how it should be, okay? 'Cause if we really want to go back to the roots, you know, in culture, right? It's really about what do you bring to the table, right? What do you bring to this family? What if this woman is coming to you, right? If my father or my mother and father were gonna marry me to you and bring you into this family, what are you bringing to this family, and how are you going to lead me on this journey?
It's just getting...
Because it's not really even about what I bring.
It is, because
I know what I bring, but whatever I bring, are you in the capacity to be able to take what I bring and actually lead it properly?
It's a real answer. Men don't have to do too much. All we have to do is provide, lead.
Providing is not enough.
It's not.
Depending on the woman.
Right.
Depending on the woman.
I agree.
Let me completely take that back.
No, there's a lot of unhappy women.
No, a
that
lot
just
of
have
women,
providers.
and they'll be very happy with that, and they will.
No, they
they
wouldn't.
will. I could have stayed in my last relationship.
I could have stayed in my
wanted a
last
provider.
relationship if I wanted a provider.
Okay, so it's not about providing,
Not
depending
solely.
on the woman, because some women will stay in.
No, they think they want it till they get it, and then it's like, oh, it's empty here. No woman really wants that.
But some men and women stay in the situations because they're comfortable.
Right.
Period.
I
They
agree
just
with that.
stay in the situations.
Okay.
But you know, everybody ain't gonna do that. For somebody like me, just being a provider ain't enough. And not to say that because I can provide for myself, but because for me, I won't even be like intrigued by you if like you can't teach me or you can't like lead me. I can't be my submissive self. I can't be my like the little girl who's like, okay, you know, I don't want to say the cliche, but okay, daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I got to do? Like, let me listen to you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do when I'm in a relationship. I don't want to have to, like, what does it matter what I bring? You should be able to take whatever I bring and 10x it. What?
I don't think so. I think it should be reversed. Whatever I bring, you should 10x
The
that.
woman does do that, but that happens based on how you're pouring into her. The woman is naturally going to do that. That's what she does. She's a nurturer.
Some women.
Well,
The women we know.
the women, yeah. The women I know, right? That's what I know. Of course, there's a lot of women that will be satisfied with what we just talked about, right? But we talking about queens, substantial women who know their who they are, love themselves, love that, you know, they're gonna love on you properly. That's natural, I think, from what I know. Like I said, I know you might not feel that way based on your experiences. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
But Helen is an incubator. She takes things and she gives it life. And I think that, you know, on top of her being an ultra successful serial entrepreneur, one thing that I can truly say that I've seen her do, not even just with her partner, but definitely with her partner, is whatever you do give to her, she makes it better. If you need, she becomes your assistant. She's your lover. She's your best friend. She's your homie. Like, she's your piece. She's your challenger now. She will challenge you. However, like, really and truly, one of the things that I've seen.
I think, but I feel like most women are like that.
No, they're not.
No?
No.
I feel like that's just a natural thing.
Women are helpers, but actually helping someone level up and evolve.
So, like, my ex has a whole tax office because of me. He's a straight street nigga who now does taxes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He has a 6-figure earning company because of me. You know, he has a trucking company that I helped him start. You know what I'm saying? So I left him definitely in a great position. You know, so like she said, I do a lot. I'm not really one to really talk about all that because, like I said, I just feel like some of those things are just natural. Like, we're supposed to do that. That's like your role as a woman, not even just in your relationship. We're the mothers to, like, the whole planet.
The world.
Yeah. So I wouldn't even just say I'm like that in just a relationship. I'm like that with anybody I cross paths with.
I agree.
You know. So
I agree.
And I think we all should be more like that. If we're all more like that, imagine what the frequency of the planet could be. You know, if we were all more on energy, like, to help each other instead of, like, I don't know, whatever.
Against each other.
Go deep.
What do you bring to a relationship?
Good question.
I'm a lover. I make sure that she feels loved. Aside being a provider, a leader, but I understand women, so I'm paying attention. So I know things that's gonna make you mad, it's gonna piss you off, it's gonna make you happy, and I try to, and I work around that. I work based off that. So I feel like I'm a perfect boyfriend. The perfect man.
Perfect. That is, ladies, do you hear that?
I feel like I'm a
All
perfect.
right, ladies, y'all heard
perfect
He
man.
says that he is the perfect
I mean, of course, I got some, probably things I got to work on. Like,
I wonder if your exes would say the same thing.
Would they?
the only thing they will say about me is like I'm probably selfish and.
Selfish? So if you're selfish in what way? Why would they feel you're selfish? Elaborate for us.
See, relationships are just relationships. That's not like a marriage. So like, I have to be a little to self because it's not.
You can't lose self. So that's the point, right? You don't want to lose yourself in
Okay, but wait, time out. Because I feel like your relationship shouldn't change because you got married. Like, nothing should change.
No, but the amount of energy you give to a person, because of course you want to be.
So that
open.
depends. Like, are you dating with a purpose, or are you just dating to date? Then at that point, it really just depends where you are.
No, recently, no. Like my last relationships, no purpose, just to have
So
somebody.
were you clear with that? Like,
No.
when you're dating with the person, are you clear when you start dating that person, right? Like, oh, this is definitely not like for purpose. This is just like, okay, you cute, let's vibe out.
I think they know that. Like, I don't.
You think that,
No,
but
no.
are you letting them
Because
know that?
it's not like we're together. We're just cool friends. So I understand.
Are they clear with that?
They understand. The vibe that I give off is like, this is just temporary fun.
Okay, so what I'm hearing out of your mouth though is that you do not straight up communicate that. You just finesse them into believing that.
No, because
Finesse them into believing that, right? That's what I'm hearing here.
Wait, what is so for women?
His vibe. He said his vibe.
No, I get that, but what is the point?
Lets
Just
them
like,
know.
do they think that they're dating you so they can change your mind to hopefully make
A lot of
it's not
times,
really.
yes.
It's not really dating.
No, but in your
not dating.
mind, but we're trying to give
But
you
if
the
you're
perspective
sleeping
as
with someone
women.
that's dating.
So that women in their minds, because you're not being clear to them. So in their mind, like they're feeling like maybe they're gonna get to the number one spot. You know what I mean? Or they're trying to earn their
there's
position
literally
or whatever.
no point for a woman to just have fun. Like, there's literally I'm not gonna say.
I mean, unless she's like young and she's like just
Okay,
don't
that's
give a fuck.
different.
Because some
But when
girls
you're
out here
older,
do just be smashing, and they're
That's
cool
true,
with that.
but you catch feelings. Like you're like literally, you know that there's like
we are not like most women, Sarah. Listen,
I just
these
feel
girls out
like-
here be definitely they're like the men out here now.
No, how?
They are.
Because literally, when like it's scientifically proven that
No,
when a woman
I know, I
orgasms,
feel
it's
you.
the same as giving birth to a child. Like that level of connection to the man.
Yeah, it's a spiritual connection. You're intertwining.
It's a spiritual connection. It's a physical connection.
Absolutely.
It's an energetic connection. It's a all the thing connection.
Absolutely.
And people are just out here getting smashed.
That's
left
what they're
and right.
doing. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, it's a no for me.
Absolutely.
It's a hard no.
Absolutely. And they're taking on the different energies and all that shit, girl.
Okay, so sorry. Rewind. Back to you.
Yeah, back to you.
What do you bring to a relationship? You're a perfect partner. And
Oh, yes,
Your
the
partners would
question.
say that you were selfish.
But see, this is over time though. Like I've learned to I learned more about myself and actually being with somebody, because when you're with somebody, you actually learn more about yourself. So these relationships that I've been in, which I haven't had many, and it hasn't been anything recent. So
When's the last time you were in a relationship?
this was a year,
Well, that's not that
and
long.
a year ago.
That's not that long ago.
Because you said what? It was the one for 6 months?
Yeah, it was a year and a half ago.
It wasn't that long.
But before that, 3-4 years. Before that, 3-4 years.
So you just do you fill space? Is that what's happening?
Oh, just to be in a relationship? Wait.
No, you don't do relationships. I mean,
I
when
just
you want to.
I just don't choose anyone. Like now, I'm just real particular about who I'm with, who I spend my time with, who I give my energy to. So I just I understand what type of energy I give off and what type of love I give off. So like I don't want anybody to just have it. So like
That's good. That's really good.
so when I say that we're not dating, it's like I'm keeping a distance. So you don't really get those feelings. You don't really feel that connection for her. You understand like, okay, this, like the last girl I was dealing with, well, on and off. She was like, yeah, you just look like a fun type. I don't even, she just used.
So she knew.
Yeah, she just used me for sex. It's we don't talk, we don't do nothing. She just called me, hey, I want to pull up. And then I be feeling like,
As long as she's clear. I think that's what, as long as she knows
Yeah.
and you're not like leading her on or like making these.
yeah, one thing I ain't doing is leading on. I'm like, nah, because if once I feel like you're starting to like grow on me, or I'm starting to grow on you, I'll let you know like, hey, this is not what I want.
It's getting too close.
Right.
So do you feel like you're running from it though? Or do you feel like you just haven't met anybody that you like felt the natural want to be close to?
I just haven't found that person.
Right.
I'm really about self right now, because you gotta
There's nothing wrong with
be happy with yourself. You gotta be able to
So true.
I'm just so.
I've been in that
My
same
mind
journey.
can't even wrap around. I just feel. I feel like I'm speechless.
at what?
About what?
I'm speechless. I'm so shocked because let's take us out of it, okay? Let's take relationship type, wife type, whatever out of it. From what I've observed is most women really just do the sleep with thing to try to win you over, right? Like
Yeah.
It's never really like the sleep with
that's
thing.
like their what's the word? The underlying
The MO, yeah. They're using sex to get love, and men use love to get sex.
Facts.
So it's literally mind-blowing for me in this moment to hear that there's women that aren't, they have no MO. It's literally just like a,
Yeah. They just want to get a nut.
I think they understand that.
it's mind-blowing.
They understand that.
Baby girl, this is real.
This
Especially
is
in
Atlanta. This is
Especially in Atlanta.
Look, I don't live here, y'all, okay? And I don't know nothing about this life.
It's just real fast paced here. Ain't nobody really trying to like build.
So here's a question, because I feel like that is one thing I hear about Atlanta all the time. You see these videos that go viral about women that are talking about, oh, Atlanta's the worst place to date. Ladies, if you come to Atlanta, don't come here looking to date anybody, blah, blah, blah.
That's not true though.
Yeah, so are there like families in Atlanta? Like, what's up with Atlanta for real? What's the dating scene like?
They're just doing it wrong.
What's the dating scene like?
The men ain't healed.
I mean, it's just fast paced. Like, okay.
Ain't healed.
know.
You got the guys that are making the money.
Yeah.
And everybody, all the women want them, so they know that. So
how are they acting?
they running through them.
Okay.
They know that they're the prize. So
are they cherishing and loving the women?
no.
Okay.
And then they have the regular guys that the girls just don't gravitate towards.
And they don't love those men. And
but they ready for love.
And they're not cherishing and loving those men.
Yeah.
Right? So then the good men are getting their hearts broken. And then they turn to the bad men. And it's like a continuous cycle, right? And then the bad guys are hurting the girls' hearts. And then they don't give a fuck. And then now they become crazy out here. And everybody's just, oh, fuck everybody.
That's the cycle.
We just gonna do this. Right? So that's why we need everybody to just do some more healing. Because the problem is we're not loving ourselves.
That is true. That's why I just, stay to self. You know what I'm saying? I dibble and dabble when I need to. But I'm just for self. I know, like, I don't want nobody. I'm trying to stay exclusive as possible.
You know what I've learned though too, like for me, because I was celibate for like 3 years. We could do a little TMI, but whatever. I was celibate before my last person I just met. But during that time and during this whole time of like just being in self, that was like the best ever like elevation for me. Just the evolution in myself, in my mind, spiritually, mentally, financially, everything. I was able to like really level up, and I feel like that had a lot to do with not giving my energy to anybody else. You know what I mean? Because like she said before, when we get in these relationships, we get too sometimes like, because especially for women, like good women, we end up giving so much of ourselves. Man. And it's not reciprocated, you know what I'm saying? And that's why it turns into a lot of trauma, and then it's continued, because then the women, we get hurt, go through the trauma, and then they get crazy, and then now they just want to have one night stands and fuck.
True.
So what are we gonna do? How do we go back to the black man being loved? How do we get the black man to love himself?
Damn.
So he can love us. So our daughters can stop, so the next generation cannot be fucked up.
I think it's gonna take a lot of self-healing. Because we have like we know that we have this power, but it's being suppressed by like society. So it's like we have this urge to just like fight, keep going, and it's like a relationship is like that's not the first thing. We don't think a relationship is gonna help us get there, and it's like women. It's a battle. I don't know what it's gonna take, but it can happen though.
I believe it can happen. I believe it's on the path.
I mean, with me, it took for me to like just understand myself, because I'm not living for like social media, or living for people like.
It's like that song, "Man in the Mirror."
We
just gotta start with ourselves.
It definitely starts with yourself, and I'm not just hopping in a relationship just for no reason. Like if I see potential out of a person, if I feel like that I'm ready, then cool. But you don't have to be in a relationship. You have to like fix yourself first. And you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just, me personally, I can get there with a woman, the things that I'm trying to achieve, but you have to be able to like, don't take away, like you said, like pour into me, give. But some men, like, when you might pour into them, they might still take that and get the hell up on. Like, they'll just use you. So.
Been there.
It has to be a reciprocated thing.
Got to be reciprocation.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to the energy exchange.
Is there an aesthetic type that you have outside of energy?
Of course. I mean, I do just love women. Then I love beautiful women. Then I can't say it's a type that I just go for because I'm attracted to a lot of women. It's not the one that I just choose just because, okay, this is my type. It ain't about the look. Of course, I want to be beautiful, but it's like the other attributes.
Do you have a type, Sarah?
No.
No type?
Safety, security, respect. That's my type.
Okay. I like that. Safety, security, respect.
That's it.
That's my type. And you got a vibe.
Yeah, because I feel like, I don't know, and especially like, you know when you're newly single and it's, I'm saying way too much, but it's like you're releasing this like a pheromone when you're newly single. Do you know what I mean?
Like they know.
You're sending the signal out
subconsciously.
subconsciously. The energy
People
is
know.
oh, people know, and I feel like when that is out and you're in this like animalistic
The
almost.
rebirth.
Oh my gosh! So when you're in that energy, I feel like it's really easy to catch like chemistry with people
Yeah.
that really aren't who you're supposed to catch chemistry with,
Yeah.
or you would never actually
It's that
usually
lust
catch
energy.
chemistry with. Yeah, yeah. But I wouldn't say that I have a. You've seen all the men I've dated. They're all very different.
But the people might want to know, like, what's your type?
No, I'm not going there. Not
Okay.
any. No.
Okay.
Safety, security, respect.
You got a type?
Yes.
Do I have a type? Oh, okay. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I do have a little bit of a type.
Yes. Yes.
You're so annoying for that. He definitely has to stimulate my mind. And he can't be corny.
Can I just say, anytime I ever try to
No, because
She
she be
ain't
trying to hook me up with some corny ass.
they're
niggas.
not corny
They be corny as fuck.
to her.
What's a corny nigga?
Thank you.
Listen, I am.
I know what a corny nigga is.
Okay.
I want you to tell me. Like, what do you think is corny?
Oh my god.
Okay, anybody who has energy around me like they're intimidated.
No, that is not.
That's not
you can't
corny.
even
That's
almost-
corny.
No, I've never introduced
That's not
you to anyone
corny?
like that.
Okay, well, what?
never.
People that are intimidated by you?
I maybe if I feel the intimidated
No,
energy.
that is not the answer.
Look at you though.
But okay, who cares? You still need to like.
I think people will only be intimidated if they feel lesser than you too. So
None of the men I've ever been like, yo, have been intimidated by her.
Yes, they.
No,
okay.
they have not.
Okay, let's think. Let me think in my mind.
I know what my answer is.
Okay, well, I like someone who can lead me.
let's talk about looks. You talking about these?
I don't have a
attributes.
looks
Oh, it's not
type.
a look.
Oh, okay.
It's not
At
a
all.
look at all.
So you know the type.
Oh, I know the type.
The
She wants to say
But
that
you
I
just
like
had a
street niggas.
You just had a nigga live in
That's
your
what she wants
crib
to say.
rent free.
No, he was not. But no, he
What-
was not living in my
He
crib.
wasn't leading.
He was not living in my crib. To clarify, he just
Driving your car.
definitely not.
Oh.
He had his own car. He had a Range Rover. He did his
Oh,
own
okay.
thing, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what, he was just trying to move too fast. I feel like, trying to trick and like slide his.
That's just how you control girls.
Street.
Let me
It's a-
let me
it's a-
let me get in quick.
Yeah.
She likes street.
It's not that I like street niggas, but I do like people who, I come from a lot of street path. You know what I'm saying? I had a hustle energy before I got to where I was. I lived a certain life. And you know what I mean? I prefer somebody who has the best of both worlds, like who's well around. They have street knowledge and they have corporate knowledge. You know what I mean? They're able to be in all scenarios. You know what I mean? Because I'm a well-rounded person. I like to travel. I like to go to different places. I like to, you know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, I might want to go to the strip club and
Be
Like,
ratchet.
I'm corny.
be ratchet. I'm righteously ratchet.
I'm corny for certain. I got all the corn on the cob, corn.
I could see
ball.
that.
Oh, I'm hella corny, and I don't
Yeah.
no shame in my game.
Yeah.
So of course, the men I'm trying to introduce her to are like corporate, successful, like
Yeah, they don't have enough. They don't have
they
like
don't have enough of the street edge
yeah, no.
to them.
You don't need a street edge. You just need.
Well, I'm not gonna say all that now.
Okay.
I'm not saying I don't need any street, Because you got to have some kind of street.
I think it's the
man.
masculine too, right?
It's
He
very
could
much that.
not be street, but he has to be confident in his masculinity,
certainty
right?
for
Because
me.
like for instance, let's talk about. I'm not gonna say no names, but you know,
Who you? Give me an idea. What's the nickname?
dang,
Nickname.
how can I do this?
What's the nickname? They all have
I don't
nicknames.
know no nicknames. No, I don't have no nicknames. Atlanta,
No, I'm saying
12,
Next door?
where you used to stay. Think.
when we had our
But
meeting?
anyways, he's corporate. He's corporate.
Oh.
He's corporate.
Oh.
You know what I mean? He ain't street at all.
At all.
But he has that masculine presence. He's assertive.
Yes.
That's what I like.
Yes.
I like assertive men.
A certainty. You like
I
certainty.
like assertive men. Men who are very clear on who they are, what they want,
Yes.
and are not shy to let it be known to me.
You thought he was
And-
corny though?
No, I'm saying he's not street.
Just not street.
He ain't street at all.
No, and
Do you guys buy gifts?
Yes.
I do. I'm a big gift giver. Yeah.
Like massively large.
Yeah, me too.
Men like gifts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
So that's one of my love languages
Mine
for sure. For sure.
Receiving gifts.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. I like to receive, but I love to gift. So like the receiving has to match my energy. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to comfortably be able to like get stuff whenever I want. Like I might just be walking through the store and be like, oh my God, I want to get this for him. So as the type of person I am, yeah, of course I would want someone who treats me the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My ex loved, which I had never heard of, by the way. I was like, this makes no sense, but he loved freshly baked bread. And so I bought a bread maker so that I could make this man fresh baked bread every week.
That's
He
thoughtful.
was cooking and everything.
I was cooking in
baby.
I was in the kitchen, girl.
Yeah, I was proud of her.
baking
She do
cookies
get
and
in
stuff.
domestic mode.
Man, when I'm
That's thoughtful.
with my man, I love to be in my feminine. Now I'm not gonna
Banana
say I cook
bread
every
and
night.
all.
Yeah, banana bread.
You was
and all.
killing the banana bread.
And then it was oatmeal cookies. Oh, he loved oatmeal and raisin cookies.
Aw.
And he liked to try it with he's like, oh, I wish he never would ask for anything, but he just says what he wants. And I believe as women, we have a huge opportunity to find the need, right? Like listen for the need.
Like
men-
what do they want?
Yeah. So I would literally.
We're
I
so
probably still have the
sentimental
note in
like
my
that.
phone,
Why are we
like-
so sentimental like
Because
that?
I
And
think
why are
it's-
men not like that?
Well, but they are.
Some are.
Yeah. I took notes.
I listen.
Like I think for like in every relationship I'm ever in.
You took
I-
notes?
Oh my God. Yeah. How else? You learn in school. You learn on tests. You learn. Why are we not taking the time to learn our partner?
Absolutely.
If you tell me something I know that you want, oh, I'm gonna get it. And you're gonna
Exactly.
have
And
no
you're going to
idea
be
when
so
it's coming.
surprised when you get it.
When I did that pen, remember I told you about those
Mm-hmm.
pens? So it's the smallest thing. I mean, it was a few $100s for. I didn't even know pens could cost a few $100s for the record. I had no idea. But there's like these special pens that his mom used to engrave a certain way, and he's like, "Oh, I lost my pens, this, that, and the other." Boom, pen showed up out of nowhere, 2 of them. Like
That's right. Listening.
but literally, he would like, or even like, that's another thing too. For successful people, you really have to listen for the need, because a thing is not just a thing. Like they could buy all the things.
Like it has sentimental value.
Yeah, my biggest, I think, and I'm
sentimental.
yeah. You gotta stroke the heart, stroke the ego. That's how to win.
Yeah.
In a relationship for all women, stroke the heart, stroke the ego, stroke. You know, we all in the game. Like
That's it for both men and women. They
Yeah.
want the same thing.
Yeah.
How much space do you give your significant
Me?
other?
My man wanted all the space, so he got all the space.
Yeah, you don't mind?
I'm telling you, I gave everything different meaning. Ask her, Helen.
So she did give a lot of space, but
lot.
we're not going to say that she didn't mind, because that was definitely a big issue.
It wasn't a big issue.
With one of the reasons, you don't think? Why, like, you would say one of the needs?
No,
Why
I said
you
I want to
left the
sleep in the same bed more nights a week than we don't. That's
But I'm
what I
saying,
said.
wouldn't you feel like that was still a little bit of the issue? Maybe that, you know,
No.
yeah, the separateness.
Well, yeah, because eventually, after almost 3 years, we're
Yes.
talking about living together, all those things. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I want to sleep in, but I said that. I want to sleep in the same bed more nights a week than we don't.
Yeah.
Like, because it got to a point where,
how separate do you want to be?
I don't want to be that separate. I feel like what I've learned about myself is that inside of separateness, I'm okay with space. Like, yeah, you can have your space, and I want to be able to go on girls trips with my girlfriends. You know, I want us to go visit family. But if it's like you go to your side of the house, even at my place, like I have 3 stories, right? So he would be on the 2nd story, I'd be on the 3rd story. You know, like I don't have to be right up under you. You could do your thing, and then when it's time for us to come together, we can come together. And if it's time for us to be together throughout the whole day, then ooh, I love that. I'm gonna be kissing on your face, snuggling in your neck, rubbing your feet. You know, like that's kind of just my get down. So I think that you just have to know your person. You gotta know your person. And my ex was not an affectionate, love to be, you know, snuggled all around. That was not his MO at all. Woo. Sheesh.
What was the question?
Do you believe in space?
Oh, do I believe in
How much
space?
space do you give on it, girl?
I do believe in space. Actually, recently I've been feeling more like maybe a out of state situation might make more sense. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not really saying that. No. I do give space. I would give space. I'm a busy woman, so I have my own life. I'm a mother. I think that it just really depends on how deep you're in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, in the beginning of a relationship, you're getting to know each other. It takes a lot of time. But when you get to a space where you are like together and you're living together and things of that nature, then it gets to the point where you just have to be like, you have to have your own life. Mm-hmm. You know, it's very important that people have their own lives. I think a lot of times people get so wrapped into each other's lives. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's important that we take the time to self, so that we're like really establishing our own lives. You know what I'm saying? And then we can come together, mm-hmm. and then we can have our lives together, but we could both be so busy with our own lives that, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We have fun with each other when we on vacation together. Right. You know, in the house we just working. Yeah. And, you know, meet me in the bed at night. Right. You know?
I think it's important to have a sense of independence inside of a relationship. And I never had that because in the past, I was always with my partner.
Yeah.
Like always up under them. Like,
no,
I
me
never
too.
You give me clingy vibes.
I give you clingy vibes?
Mm-hmm. But let's be clear. I'm a little clingy when it comes to the affection. You know, I could be clingy.
I don't think that's clingy. I think that's affectionate.
Okay.
Which is different.
It's a thin line.
I disagree.
It is different.
It's very different.
Yeah.
Affection is like I can touch you, I can kiss you, I can hold your hand, I can whatever.
Yeah, like if you're sitting right here, I'm gonna
overly affectionate. It's like, okay, you can't. Overly affectionate is just like I can't get away from you without you feeling like you need to touch me, see me, talk to me, text me.
Nah, I'm gonna get annoyed.
Yeah,
what? I need my space. I'll probably go to another country on your ass.
That's definitely not it for me.
Oh, you know what, sis?
He said
he has
stage
been here
5
every
clinger.
night. He has been here every night. You know what? I'm gonna come over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm. No, I think that so a level of independence is good. Now, in the past, when I was always with my partner, I didn't even have friends. I never saw my friends. I never it was
That's
always
usually how
us
it
going out. And then when I got with my ex, because he's not like that at all, I was like, oh, I like this. I like having a sense of I haven't lost me. I still go to Pilates 5 days a week. I still I do all of the things that I love doing. And I think that that's important to not lose
your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So important.
It's important. What about you? Are you a clingy person and affectionate? Well, you said you're affectionate.
Well, no, the real question is when you actually like someone, because we already know that he's not like that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you know, is when
I'm not clingy at all. I'm gonna show you that I like you and then I love you, but not clingy at all. Clingy when men are clingy, you seem a little crazy.
That's true.
You seem a little crazy when you clingy. It's like, damn, what's up with you? Like, you I can't go nowhere. Well, y'all can't.
Well, it depends your type of clingy, because it's like some things.
Pull up on you at the club or.
That's
what
clingy.
you think I am?
No. I'm talking about men.
Okay, but no, we want to be clear what your definition of clingy is, because like pulling up at the club, that's not clingy. That's like stalkerish.
Yeah, that's.
But when you're in a relationship, like clingy men, when you say clingy men, that's what men do. Like men do crazy.
Clingy men is like every day you want to be with me. Like clingy is like, oh, what are you doing today? I'm about to come pick you up. Oh, we have this to do. Oh, we have that to do. And it's like you're not considering any of my life, and you're just like thinking we're supposed to be like wrapped at the hip.
And then he's gonna get to a point where he turned crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. That's true, I guess you're saying, because if he acts like that, he gonna be crazy.
I am just shocked.
I can go for
give
that.
you clingy vibes.
It's not bad though.
No, that's very shocking to me.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
What does that mean?
Just feel like you just want to be absorbed by your partner.
What part of that is not bad?
I don't think it's bad. I think it's just
I'm
because
not that way,
I think it's
but-
because you said that you would be okay with just being like a wife and like, you know what I mean? I think he's just, it's his definition. Don't take it wrong.
I won't.
Yeah.
Don't take it wrong.
I would never.
And then you said you had a problem with not living together after 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't want to live with anybody until
Marriage.
at least engaged.
So like, what is really marriage?
That's what I said.
How important
I
is
don't
marriage?
really know. What do you guys believe in open relationships?
So I'm not there yet.
I can't say that. I could be open. I know. Let's not take it there, but
No, it's okay. We can take it there.
We can absolutely take it there.
I could be open, but I am not comfortable with.
With your woman being open? Okay, so you could be open, but your woman.
I don't want to change this to an argument.
No, we're
It'll
not
never
gonna.
be
We're very open
Pretty
people.
evolved,
Okay.
actually.
Yeah, if you could have this conversation with anybody, it would probably be us.
Okay, but yeah, it's just not right, and I understand it's a double standard, but women, I feel, people are just supposed to be open. They're supposed to do whatever they like in life. It doesn't bother me, but when you're with me, no, I do not want to share you with another.
Clingy?
No, it's not clingy. No,
It's not clingy.
I don't want to share you with another man.
It's this natural
Dominant?
masculine ego dominance thing that men have, right? It's like the male species wants to piss on his shit. I'm sorry for my potty mouth, by the way.
You can curse. It's uncut.
Oh, it's okay, because I realized I've been cursing a little bit. Men just want to like claim what's theirs all the time, but it's just like when you think about the lion.
Think about the animal
lion,
kingdom.
He think he's supposed to just be running around smashing all the lionesses. You know what I mean? That's just what they think. I don't know. It's very interesting.
Instinctual.
But the women are supposed to be, hold it down, baby.
I'm not gonna say that's how it's supposed
Take
to be,
care of the pack.
but
Raise the children.
just naturally. I think when it comes to open relationships, women now want to be like men.
I agree.
So
The roles are changing.
it ain't supposed. I can't say it's not supposed to because I didn't make up these rules. But how I feel inside of me, how I feel, it just doesn't seem right. It seems right that I'm supposed to have multiple women, but I'm not gonna be that way.
What about if I give you a different theory? Lately, I've been feeling like, what if I'm supposed to be served? Because if we really break it down in history, queens were served. You know what I mean? Queens.
When you say served,
A lot of queens that had kingdoms. You know what I mean? They were queens by themselves.
served.
And they had people that they would summon to come and serve them. Maybe the
What is served? Sex?
so whatever it is the queen wanted. They would have like different men that were on her whole
I think that's.
team of army. You might
that's
have
cool.
different men that are supposed to do different things in your life, because technically everybody's supposed to serve the queen,
No.
So
He said no.
No, I said now. No,
Oh.
I believe that. That's cool. But you gotta think about it. That's one out of a million, maybe.
well, maybe
How do this woman get this status in life? Not just any woman can just take this.
no, she
This
has
sta-
to be a high priestess.
Gotta be.
Absolutely.
Gotta be.
But let's just sit with that. There's a few high priestesses out here in this earth.
You're right.
You know what I mean? And I think that, you know.
Here's a question. Let's say you're married for 17 years and you guys have been in a monogamous relationship.
For 17 years.
For 17 years.
Never cheated?
One body, never cheated.
What?
And she says, babe, I know you've been thinking about being with other women because we've talked about it. And I think that I want to try to be with something different, but I don't want anything to change inside of our marriage. How do you feel about that? What would your answer be?
I'd be okay with it.
You'd be okay with it?
Mm-hmm.
You'd be okay with you?
So would you guys do a swingers thing?
I don't know if I can't really say. I'm not in the swingers right now.
But you would be okay with it?
I mean, after 17 years, at this point, I think we're just, just life partners.
But at 17 years, baby, I'm bringing other women in. We doing something.
You're bringing other women?
Probably. I mean, come on now. Like, what? We can't be that boring. I don't know.
I'm gonna say you.
I don't know if I would want another. I don't know if I want another penis. Yeah.
I wouldn't. I mean, I would just have to compromise.
It goes back to what you were saying at the beginning about women naturally. Like, we naturally do not want to have sex with multiple men. I don't care. Like,
It's not supposed to. It's just a feel.
We're not. Like, it's a different thing, right? It's like the insertion into your body. Like, it's like, it's way more.
Soul ties and energy exchange.
Soul ties, exactly. All that shit. So for me, even for you, I know. That's too much.
But I do want to be able to feel safe enough to have the conversation. Like, that's what I was saying. I don't know what forever looks like in a marriage, but I want to know that my husband and I can literally talk about anything, to where if it does come down to, baby, I saw you looking at that little thing-a-ding down the street, whatever, and I just want you to know, like, whatever the conversation would be, and I don't know what the outcome would be of the conversation, but I want to feel safe enough to have it.
So let's ask the real question. Are we, so if you're in a relationship for that long, do you believe, maybe not even just you, let's talk about the majority of men. Do you believe that men could be in a relationship that long and not cheat?
Nope. Well, some men. Most no. Not men with options.
Men, yeah, definitely. Men with options. I don't. It's less likely to happen. You're gonna step out, especially if you got money, you're successful. It's gonna happen. It's going to. I think it's natural. But I think we suppress that feeling.
So I think something that me and her have talked about this a lot, right? Like, and it's funny because actually, if we went back 5 years ago, I used to say this, and she used to be so against me. She used to be like, you need to stop saying that because that is all you're going to attract, and da-da-da-da-da. But lately, I just had this realization in this moment, actually, that lately she's interesting. But anyway, so I have always said that I believe most men are going to cheat. No matter what, even if you love them so fucking good, like, cause like you was asking me my last relationship what I did, like, I know I loved that man so fucking good, like, like, I know how I used to love him, and he used to cheat like a motherfucker, like, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like, what the fuck? Why? Just why? When you have such a good foundation, do you cheat, right? So even besides that, though, like, I just know from even dealing with listening to other women, being a part of things, I'm like, okay, these men have a pattern for cheating, right? It's like an thing, no matter what, you always hear about men cheating or going out of the relationship, and it's a lot of like hurt and trauma about that. So like I used to tell her, like, I think that for me, I think you agreed now too, in a sense, right? You can add in after.
Ready to listen.
But I think for me, I do believe that every man is going to cheat. It might not be every day, but it's going to happen. So for me, it's really just about the respect. It's about the way you're doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? For me, I feel like a man's gonna cheat, but it's like, how you doing it? Are you cheating right here in my city? Are you cheating continuously? Is it multiple women? Are you constantly doing this thing? Or is it like, okay, we've been together 5 years, you done went on a business trip and you in motherfucking Spain and you done smash you some Spanish girl who don't speak English, but I'm never gonna hear about this and you're never gonna bring this home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be embarrassed and I'll never find out. You know what I mean? I'll never find out. So it's not really gonna affect me like that.
It really depends on how you do it, for sure. Cause
how you're doing it.
Because you ain't supposed to just have a side chick. You could fuck off, but like once you have a side chick now, it start to interfere with your relationship.
It's attachments. Now you create.
Now you have to like split your time up. Now you gotta hide shit. Once like let's just say you fucked a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? You get your nut off and there's no type of attachment. There's no phone number. I got my nut off. It was good. But you got a side chick now, and she realized you have a girlfriend. Like she's either trying to steal her
now it's trauma.
Or she's trying to.
Competition.
It is. It's gonna fuck up your relationship.
The wolf in the hen house.
Yeah.
You don't believe that all men cheat?
I believe most men with options will absolutely cheat, and I think that I'm in a space in my life, pardon me, where if my man or my husband were to say, "Baby, I'm gonna do what I want to do in the streets. I really wanna, if I'm out, you know, and it's that night at the club, I would never disrespect you. I would never this, I would never that. I wouldn't, like you said, like a whole scenario I would never even know about. Do you, boo?" That's how I feel.
I don't even want him to tell me though.
No, I want to know beforehand, because then I feel like.
But then like you're gonna like know, like if he tells you like, "Hey babe, I really want to do this. I'm about to go out of town." And this
every time you leave, you're gonna think you fucking around.
Every time he leaves, it wouldn't be every time he leaves. It'd just be a conversation inside of our relationship. If my guy is like, "Hey, you know, I'm never," and it's like. There's got to be rules, like rules and like number one, number one, she needs to know she's number two. She needs to
know she's nobody.
Right,
like, she doesn't even need to know your real name.
This is actually factual.
Sure, you don't need to know your real name or where you're from.
And maybe I'm crazy for saying that, but there are so many men that are gonna like. People will be like, "That's stupid. That's this." Look, I think I'm a high quality woman. Okay.
You are.
Across the board.
Period.
And I think that at the end of the day, somebody, and it's the same thing that I said earlier, someone having sex with someone else doesn't mean that they love me less, especially when you understand psychology, anthropology, when you understand the way that men are built. I don't take that personal. Now, has that happened to me? No. I honestly don't think any of the men I've ever been with have ever stepped out, to be completely honest. I personally don't. Even like with my ex, definitely don't think that he did. However, I'm open to the conversation is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that I believe in it, and I also am speaking from logic and not experience. So maybe my logic is like, oh yeah, this makes all the sense in the world. And then when it happens, I'm an emotional mess. I don't actually, and I'm like, there ain't no way this is gonna happen, right?
Exactly.
So I don't really know, and I think that so often people speak on experiences they've never had, and they speak from places they've never been. Like how people want to judge Will and Jada. I don't care what anybody says about Will. I don't care what anybody says about Jada. Their level of unconditional, no matter whatness to staying together is a beautiful thing. Now what happens inside of that? I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing. I heard nothing. But I can't speak from a relationship that I haven't had, because I've never been married to anybody for 20 years. I've never had that before. So I do think that men will be men. And I think that if that were going to happen for me, it's just got to make sense, and there's got to be boundaries.
Yeah, it's got to be real.
I wish all women thought like y'all.
I don't even know if we think like us.
Right. It's just, I think with the growth in life and just like thinking of like what is realistic.
And what is real unconditional love anyway? Because there aren't conditions on real love.
Exactly.
Like you can't tell me what I like, who or what or how or when or why.
But
why?
That's with all relationships.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
I think that's a lot of that elevation too, the evolution as we grow. Like for me specifically, I'm learning to just be grateful for the moment. You know what I mean? Every day we just got to be grateful for the moments that we're in. So how do we really have that place to like even try to like own any, like, because that's what it be, right? People get in that energy of like, oh, that's my man or that's my woman and da 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 da. But it's like, no, we're all just what did you say earlier today? Oh, what, that was Dr. Phil and I listened to earlier. Dr. Valentine. Dr. Valentine. He said, we're just borrowing these bodies. These are our avatars. And, you know, this is just a human experience. So we don't really have that privilege to be able to like think about it that deep. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just enjoy the time, the moment, the love and energy that you exchange with somebody. And you know, if that's what it's supposed to be, because I do feel like we're all, not everybody, because like there's your mom and dad, some people have that real one soulmate through the whole life, but I do feel like most people are gonna have multiple loves in this life. You know what I mean? We're gonna go through different like life paths, multiple. I've lived many lives in this 35 years. Like I've lived so many lives.
Right, me too.
You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna live many lives.
Right.
You're gonna have many loves. You're gonna meet many people.
You know what's wild though? My oldest brother has been with his girlfriend for 25 years. Lauren has been with Kenton for 15 years.
But I wonder if that's that small town stuff too.
Maybe.
Though. Because I feel like that has a lot to do with that small town living. When you're in a small town, that's where you're in that like loop of life. You're in that pattern where everything is the same. You go to the same school, you turn around and you're working at the school you went to. You know what I'm saying? Or you're working for, you know, it's like everything. Yeah. Exactly. That's where I just got that from. Yep. It's just like that, you know? So.
And I think too, we got to be open to the idea. You know what I've learned? So I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on learning, right? Books, seminars, courses, I've invested so much into evolving my mind and my like everything, right? And what I've learned is the more that I learn, the more that I know, I really don't know anything at all. Like I literally know nothing. That's my mantra of 2022. I don't know anything. So I would love to have all of the answers of, you know, maybe I will live happily ever after and it'll just be me and my husband and our kids or 1, 2, or maybe our dogs. I don't know anything. I literally don't know anything. I just trust the unfolding of my life. And I know that as long as we move in alignment with who it is that we want to be, then like that's really all we could do. And the rest of it is a freaking shot in the dark anyway. We don't know anything. I might get hit by a bus tomorrow. I don't know, you know, or I might not. We don't know anything. And I think when we can release the attachment of how to love a black man, when we can release the attachment of what self-healing is supposed to look like, when we can release all of the attachments and the indoctrinated societal norms that we have on a daily basis, I think that we would live a happier life, because we're not living based in the judgment and the opinions of others, but we're really just living in our Godfidence, like who it is that we're supposed to be. And I think that's the difference between people that are truly free and people that talk like it or that seem happy, you know. And I aspire to be free of judgments and things and opinions and attachments, and I trust the unfolding because I don't know anything. That's all I know.
We don't know nothing. Preach one, girl. What is that?
Connection.
Oh, get the connection. Get that energy. It's powerful.
I'll hold my hand too.
Did you say mm-mm? No.
You can get a little bit of energy.
It's good energy.
Powerful energy.
It is.
Nice hands.
Thanks.
You can tell by the person by their nails.
Can you?
So conservative. You're like.
What can you tell?
You're
Let
like
us know.
a little wilder.
Oh yeah,
I'm a little wilder.
for sure. I'm conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I give conservative vibes.
I give wild vibes from these nails.
Oh, just everything, but not wild. But
You said just everything?
everything about her, like, you know, just her look, everything.
Break it down. What would you say? When you see Helen, what do you see?
Very spiritually connected. Very sexual.
She's a Scorpio. Why did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
Why?
I'm sorry. It's
Because
the truth.
see, you just when you say that, it almost like validates people's,
If she would have told me before that, then I would have had a bias.
That's true. That's
but
true.
I said it before I knew it was Scorpio.
Before you knew.
All right.
Go ahead.
I think I'm gonna stop there.
No, you ain't gonna stop there. Okay, that's fine. That's a lot of my, energy. That's cool. I don't
You
mind.
do
I
have a
own it.
sexual energy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Just by the way you talk, like it's kind of like it's your tone is real low, real slow, like real seductive.
Oh, and mine is.
Is
corn.
it? Oh.
Yeah, but it's like a sexy, corny.
I get a little bit of sexy.
Sexy corny. We like
I
that.
received that. Thank
Like
you very much.
like schoolgirl, like.
Oh, they
fun,
love that. That's like fantasizing.
Like fun
Niggas fantasize
schoolgirl.
on that shit.
Fun schoolgirl.
The schoolgirl.
Like you're sexual probably, but like just behind closed doors, like
Yeah, the conservative sexual.
yeah. What do I get for me?
What do we
Swag.
get for you?
Confident.
Definitely swags.
Certain, unapologetic. Open to the unfolding.
No.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He's very in his ways.
No.
What's your sign?
For sure, certain. He's a Leo.
Leo.
July 30th.
Do you know your moon and your rising? Okay. You're like,
Certain.
I don't.
Definitely get certain, but I think he's open to the unfolding. I don't think he feels like.
I
he
don't
has
think
to know
currently
all the
he
answers.
is. I think right now he's very like, He's very, especially from what we heard him say already, he's like, no, you know what I mean? He's on his little lion shit. Yeah, certain, probably with like his life. In the relationships?
I think he's certain in relationships
I don't know.
too. Because if he doesn't choose relationships, when he does choose relationships, he's certain, moves certain. He moves
How
forward.
long is the longest relationship was like what?
They wasn't real relationships though.
He's never had a long relationship.
They've been like years just with the person, but like not.
He's never even had a long relationship.
Still certain?
I don't get certain in relationships. I get certain in life. You're assertive in what you want, for sure. I get that you're not sure what you want yet. You're still figuring that out. That's what I get.
Is this gel?
Yeah, manicured. He's popping.
Nice
you
hand.
know?
How did you feel about these?
I seen him, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like they don't. They made me look like a different
gel?
person. I don't know what it is.
I feel like it's
I
a
think
little
it's
much.
gel. I don't. I think it's great.
I do.
You
This is-
can't
I don't
always
think
buff
it's
your
bad.
nails.
I don't think it's bad.
You
But
can't-
I do feel like it was a little too extra shiny.
No,
I
I
don't
feel
know
like
what
if
they got
he-
on there. It's like a
no.
top.
It's a
like
gel top coat.
It's gel.
But if he were to just buff his nails, then his nails get thinner. So you can't do that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So she would know more about that for sure.
I think it takes away from like
The natural.
no, like me as a person. I think
Too shiny. What do you
no. Like then like gloss nails. Period. Like I'm just like I'm a street nigga, and I feel like this right here is just too. I ain't gonna say.
Glassy.
It's more. What's the term they call these? Metrosexual, right?
This is not metrosexual.
It is.
So to me, to the streets,
is.
it is.
It is metro.
I feel like it.
But it's okay
It
because
evens
this is
you
like
out.
the new.
This is like
I feel
corporate
this
thugging.
is the new energy that men are coming into.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that, which goes back to the self-love.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with you loving on yourself and like getting your nails done and stuff like that. I don't know if it's still, does it still look as, maybe not as shiny if you don't do the gel though? I think he could just do it without the gel.
I'm fine without the gel. The girl told me she made me get these. She's like, I think it looks cute. And I was like, that really don't feel like fit my persona. Like I try to, like I don't try to like.
Well, we are in Atlanta.
I mean, a lot of niggas with money nowadays are doing that. Like that's just the new thing with niggas with money. Like they just self-care, and these polished nails are just a thing now. But like I just try to keep like my.
It looks clean.
I love it. It's cool. I like my natural image though. Like I don't really have to try hard when it comes to shit. And yeah.
What is this tattoo on your hand?
It's a Haiti flag.
Are you Haitian?
Well, yeah.
Why'd you say, well, yeah?
I mean, why would I have the flag?
That's what I was like. Is that
Why would I have the flag? Yeah.
Wow. You're full Haitian? Half?
Nah, mom and dad.
Wow.
Straight off the boat.
So do you speak, like...
Yeah, I'm probably Creole.
The Creole?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming.
I did not see that coming
Like
either.
0% did I see that coming.
So have you ever been to Haiti?
Mm-hmm.
Really? I did a retreat, one of my travel with a purpose, like my mission retreats to Dominican Republic. I was in this small town called La Ramona, and it was like real close to Haiti, and I wanted to go there, but at the time they wouldn't let us cross the border from DR. It was all this shit, and I was like, dang, I want to go there so bad.
Yeah, it was life changing.
Right now.
It was life changing.
I really want to go do something and give something back there.
Me too.
So let's put something together.
Boom.
Well, okay. Well, my ankle.
Well, no, don't worry. Next year, whenever.
Yeah, next year for sure. I definitely want to go back. When I first went there, I tried to do like a clothes, like I tried to collect a bunch of clothes and toys, but it just never happened. I kind of just got disconnected from.
So that's what I do. So don't worry. We're gonna do it together. It's gonna be lit. Haiti. Oh, I can't wait.
Can't wait to go back.
Yeah, and that'll be awesome to have someone who's like actually from the land with me. Makes it even more powerful. Travel with a purpose, baby. You know, we got travel with purpose. You know, make it make sense.
I love that.
Yes, you know you'll be there, so
Yeah.
that'll be a vibe.
Yeah.
Haiti, 2023.
2023. As soon as I get my passport back, I'm probably gonna leave for like 3 months. I'm gonna go backpacking somewhere. I don't know.
Backpacking.
That's what I'm.
Like I'm gonna just go. Like no destination. I'm gonna just pick a place in Africa or something and just bounce around.
That's some shit I'm on. Literally what I
Bounce
just told
around.
you. I literally just told her I'm about to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had just went to Panama, and I got a one-way ticket to Panama, and then I had just rode all down that coast there to Costa Rica. It was so beautiful. I just not want to come back.
Damn.
And I was like, I'm really struggling with the fact and thought now. Like, I don't even know why I'm in America sometimes. But like, why
Me
am I
neither.
here? It's so much like beautiful things to see.
I know. I want to actually live out of the country though.
Yeah, I do too.
Have some land, grow my own fruit.
Costa Rica, I say that all the
Me
time.
too.
Self-sustaining land.
Yep, and the cheapest land. Like, I mean, the land is so cheap out there. Like, you could get land in Panama, Costa Rica for real cheap. And the beautiful thing is, once you buy your land, you own your land. It's not like here, like the land of the tax. You're constantly paying on the house forever and ever and ever. And then they can come take your house just because you didn't pay property taxes.
Can you
or
buy
something.
mineral rights?
Well, you can become a resident in Costa Rica, especially us as Canadians. Like, they give us residency and like a snap.
But can we own mineral rights?
I believe so. If you own the land, yeah, and you're a resident.
No, but you have to. Mineral rights is different from like owning land, because if
I
you
think
were
it
to
would
dig
depend.
deep- no, it doesn't. If you dig,
I think it depends on the laws. Yes, it does. It would depend on the country's laws.
okay.
Yeah, I'm sure different countries have different laws.
You know what is wild? This is so off topic, but just thinking about Black people, going back to the Black man and how us as a culture and as a people have been suppressed for so many centuries. But it's so wild that by the time we even knew what mineral rights were, we couldn't even get them. Like, if you were to go into your backyard and dig 50 feet and find gold, you don't own it because you don't own the mineral rights, right?
Well, we don't even know what land rights are. It's like people are buying houses and they think they own the house,
Goodness.
but they don't even realize they don't even own the land.
Right.
You know, people aren't getting land
Air rights, land
trust.
rights, mineral rights. It's wild. It's just wild.
Yeah,
This is why I think it's.
you don't even own over top of your house.
Yeah, they could build an overpass directly over the house, and it's like,
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
yeah.
yeah.
Did you ever see the movie Burlesque? with Christina Aguilera? I'm sure you didn't actually.
No.
Okay, well, such a good
I'm
one.
sure
I
you
ain't
didn't
even seen
actually.
Now that I think about it out loud. Anyway, you'll be shocked what you see inside a movie. So Christina Aguilera is dating this like guy who's trying to like wine her and dine her. He's super successful, but he has no heart, right? And he's talking about how, do you see this house? I bought the air rights. And she's like, what is that? And he's like, the air rights means no one can build
Over
above
top.
this building, right? Like that, so I will always have this view from his house. That was the whole thing. He wanted to own the air rights. And so that's actually one of the ways, sorry if I'm giving away the movie, but that's one of the ways that they win in the end, because they had their person that was building big condos next door buy the air rights over top of their burlesque club. So that, because he was trying to buy the burlesque club. So anyway, air rights is a very real thing.
Very real.
Mineral rights are a very real thing, and land rights are very real things. And I think it's important to have those kinds of conversations, but not for today, because we're not talking
Yeah,
business.
because we do not want to go that deep.
You women are smart. I love it.
Yeah, we'll go a whole left energy.
I know we've been recording for 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Already?
Wow.
Already.
Really? Damn, 2
Already.
hours?
Fun. It's 12.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Very.
Okay, cheers to that.
All right, it's been a really great episode.
It really has.
Man, Rich and Unemployed Uncut.
Uncut for real.
Hope y'all got something out of this.
Hang out for this long. We talked about a lot of everything, I feel like.
A lot.
Yeah. A lot of good
Do you
relationships.
feel like,
stuff.
are your interviews usually much more juicy?
It just depends on the people. Just depends on the vibe.
Were we juicy?
Yeah.
We were?
I think the energy was very relaxed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
The conversation.
All of them are
was
different.
lax.
This is
it
like the-
wasn't like a juicy conversation.
This was like the fourth one, third one.
Yeah.
So the first one was more like just
Juice.
juice, uncut, sex.
Ask him about Miami.
No.
What's Miami?
And then the second one,
I'm asking about Miami.
okay, the second one, I had a sex expert, and we kind of like just discussed like just women being open to sex and her sexuality and stuff like that.
Okay.
This one was just laid back.
That sounds like a vibe.
Well, all right. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like, comment, share.
Yes.
It was a vibe.
Even if we weren't juicy.
No, I think this was what it's supposed to give.
Yeah.
I think sometimes everything's not about the juiciness.
Mm-hmm.
It's about really just reminding people, hey, let's do the work so we can all
That's it.
elevate in our communities and like,
Bars.
you know,
Yeah.
make sure that our kids are better.
Bars.
Uncut is not for like juicy. It's just
Okay.
it's just an open, just a safe space to just talk about anything. Like versus we talking about entrepreneurship all the time and business. So I could really come up here and talk about anything with women. That's the best part.
You know what? I have a question for you though before we end it out.
Yeah.
One more question for the men. Why, like, going back to women who are successful and stuff like that, what do you think that successful women are doing wrong to why men are maybe opposed to? Why do you think men would so much rather pick like a woman who's, you know, not as strong-minded?
A lot of men like to build women, especially when you mold them. And then when you come with money, success already, you kind of stuck in your ways. Most women, and you can't really. I ain't gonna say you can't, but trying to teach them new things. You want to teach a woman how to make money and teach them just different things. And it's like when you meet these women that have money, it's like they have this chip on their shoulder, like, I don't need you. Really, like I could do good without you. And that kind of takes the power away from us. That's what we need. We need to feel like we're masculine. We need to feel like we're men. And how do we feel like that if you're already, you don't even need me?
But don't you feel like it's beautiful if they don't need you but they choose you?
I feel like
but never give you the energy of I don't need you.
Right.
But I'm powerfully choosing you.
Yes.
I think that's a whole
I'm
different.
powerfully choosing.
That's a different
to
kind
also
of energy.
on top of me being this like busy woman, if I'm like taking time to give you my time, that in itself is like, okay, that should show. Does that not make you guys feel secure in a sense in itself? Like it's like, okay, she's taking out of time out of her busy mindset.
No, because a man doesn't want a busy woman. A man doesn't want a woman who's hustling and bustling. But
So what about if a man is
Half and half.
so at that point doesn't a man need to come and make it so she doesn't have to be hustling and bustling?
Well, if she's already established, how can you
Easily.
just how you can't just take her business away? Like, hey,
So I'm gonna
We're
tell you,
done.
I would love for me, for instance, I would love for my man to come and like be like, oh baby,
you're done.
this is so cute what you've done. Like, look at all of this stuff you've built. Like, this is so amazing. I'm so proud of you. Like, you know what? I'm about to show you how to make this thing multiply. I'm about to show you how to take this to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, here's 250,000. We're gonna put this into all your marketing. We're gonna put and he just come in and take my shit to the next level.
That's cool. That's cool because you're
And then I
accepting
don't
it.
have to worry about that no more. Now I can just be submissive to you, and I can just ride with you because you done set up everything and everybody, so I can stop being superwoman.
I mean, but some women have that chip on their shoulder, like I did this without you, and I can get more without you.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Sisters, y'all need to stop doing that.
just be feminine. Like even if you're a boss chick, like still be feminine. Still like you don't have to show that. Like okay, yeah, I got this and I got that, but
Yeah, you got to be in your feminine energy.
I swear, like on social media, like everything, I got a cool little setup, like for pretty much everything, and no one knows. If you come to my place, if you see it, then that's a different story. But I feel like I would never want to lead with, because I know the type of men that I choose, they don't care. They literally do not care. If I made $3, they'd be like, oh, baby,
Yeah,
it's the same
exactly.
thing. So I don't know. It's just important for, like you said, to be in the feminine. It's the key.
All right, so there we go. We need to be in our feminine,
you feel like you're flirtatious.
and the men need to
But I
do the
think I'm
healing.
very kind, and I think I'm very friendly. And I think sometimes it can be perceived as flirtation.
Very.
Yeah? He said very. First of all, I'm clingy, and I'm flirtatious.
I mean, it's just you're just so friendly. It's like, why is she just this happy towards me? Why?
Canadian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's just her energy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's yours too.
Well, no, I have, so it can come off flirtatious sometimes, depending. But I think it's also very clear that that's just my energy.
Yeah.
So people know that it's not, they have to like more think like, is that literally to me, or is that just more her energy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With you, I think maybe it's more.
So how do people know, like, how do you act when you actually like someone?
How do I act? That's a real question. How do I act when I actually like someone? I if we like each other. Like if it's like me and a guy that I'm talking to.
No,
I don't know.
let's just say you was interested in them.
That's such a great question. I don't know. It turns on. There's like a thing.
I think you'll be the same way, but
I think
a
it'll
little
be the same
a little more assertive, like pushing
For
it.
sure.
No, I don't push, but I like to play cat and mouse, and I like to be mouse. Do you know what I mean? So
you want to be caught.
yeah, I definitely want. I love a good pursuit. I love a full court press. That's
Full
what I like.
court.
Full
That's
leather
a good
effing
Full
court.
cut press.
I need a full court press.
Yeah, we need
So
to
when
party.
that happens, it's definitely like a whole thing. It just comes out. I don't know. I can't tell you because it just turns on.
No,
I
it
don't know
comes
how to-
out when a man is assertive enough to let the energy be known.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if if you're interested, then
then I allow.
Then you're
And I'm
gonna
like,
allow.
let's
and
play,
you're
baby.
Gonna go, yeah, exactly. Let's play.
Let's play. Full court press. That's funny, but you know what is funny? I remember my pastor back in the day. He used to be like, you know what? I used to think that you liked everybody, but then I saw that you act that same way with women, and I was like, wait, does she like women? No, she doesn't like women. She wants to be with a man. Very strange. And then I realized, oh, that's just who you are.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally.
Your pastor said that?
Yeah, Kelvin. He was
Oh
like,
my God.
oh, it's just who you are. Oh, okay, got it. I didn't know. I wasn't ready, but that's just who you are. Like, that's why I was saying, like, what you see is really what you get.
Yeah, for sure.
Through and through. And sometimes I think that,
I thought you liked me.
did you?
Mm-hmm. No, well, off our first conversation, I was like, she's just so friendly. Like, she just.
That's that Canadian.
But I was reading you though. But I understood like that's just you.
I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
I'm Canadian.
Not Canadian.
So
It's
it's not
just.
that it's Canadian.
It's
because
not
I'm
Canadian. It's just you're just happy.
It's just you.
It's just you.
I'm a happy person.
Yeah.
But you like smiling, like you're just like, hey, like just so open and. I mean, but you're not from Atlanta.
It's
so,
not a
like,
bad thing.
You don't get that a lot.
great thing.
But I mean, I just read people, but I got that in the first.
So my read is, what's my read?
I don't know. We ain't gonna do this.
Come on, please.
We ain't
tell
gonna
me.
do that.
I really
2
want to
minutes,
know. What's my read?
No. That was just the first interaction. That was it.
And then since then, what's my read?
That you're just a cool person. Like I think you genuinely want to help people. Like you just want to
Shay.
just be of service or something. Like,
Shay.
what can I help you with? Like what you
What can
need.
we help you with? How can we?
This is
help
why you
you?
sending me the basket. That was just just cool.
Thanks.
I didn't think nothing of it. Nothing. Sent emojis back and forth. I didn't think like it was flirting. It was cool.
I received that.
But like, you don't have to try every woman. Like I'm cool with just being friends with people.
I'm like
I don't
the
think
best,
men can do that though.
Yeah,
That's
they can.
really
best wing
interesting.
woman ever.
Yeah, they can.
I'm literally like.
Can they?
Like what?
Because I feel like it's almost like there's like this pretty girl curse sometimes where I feel like, it's really hard to be friends with men because a lot of times they always try you, like majority of times. We had this discussion a long time ago too. Like it's really, like even when we talk about like working with people, doing stuff, like, I don't know, that happens a lot. I don't know. But we'll keep going a whole nother hour. So let's wrap it up.
All right, until next time.
Till next time, we'll be back.
Peace. Man, I think that might have been the longest podcast I ever did.
Was it too long?
Nope.
That's because you just don't want to stop talking to us. But we understand.
funny.
We're pretty fun.
What's funny?
I'm just thinking like,
What he is saying.
yeah. I'm a stage 5 clinger.
Stage
That's
5? Did he say
stage
stage
five.
5?
I didn't say
No,
stage
I
five.
said stage 5.
Oh.
He did not say that.
I was like,
I'm
what?
a stage 5 clinger, and on top of being a stage 5 clinger, I'm flirtatious.
You have flirty vibes,
How?
You just smile a lot.
That's not flirty. It's kind.
In Canada, it's kind. In Atlanta, it's like, yo, she wants me. She wants me. I know it. That's how we take it.
A smile.
When I call her, like, she smiles so hard, I'd be like, hey, like, she makes me happy. Like,
Yeah.
like, why are you this happy every time?
Yeah.
That's really how I am, though.
But you don't know if you're happy to talk to me or you're just happy. Like,
I'm just happy.
She's just happy.
I get that.
I'm a happy
get that.
person.
I get that for sure.
She gives everybody the same energy.
Yeah.
I believe it.
No matter who calls.
I believe it. Ty told me
like,
about
oh
you.
my
Super
God.
cool. Like,
I do. Like if it's their girls, we always have like, "Hey, beautiful woman." That's the beginning of the conversation. We tell each other we love each other like all the time.
Spread good vibes, baby.
Yeah, we about that good vibe life.
It was fun. Appreciate it. Appreciate
Warm
for letting
hands.
us come.
Thank you.
I know I'm kind of like a portal over here.
Portal?
Pardon me. I didn't cough not one time. Did you
Not
notice?
one time.
Good job.
Thank God.
I coughed today. I was talking to him at the nail salon. and I coughed one time. His whole face was like, I was like, I'm not gonna cough.
No, he didn't.
On this podcast,
He gave you the I'm scared of COVID
yeah,
look?
he did. He did.
I'm not scared of COVID.
Have you had COVID?
Probably, yeah, I did. I never wore a mask the whole.
Me neither.
I never didn't care. I don't believe in that.
They got me fucked up.
I don't believe in that type of stuff.
Me neither.
But I mean, I believe
it's
they
real. They
had
made
some
it.
shit
Yeah,
going
they
on.
made it.
Yeah, but
it's
it was
out here. But if you take care of your body and
Yeah.
you're good, like, and it's all a mental thing. All disease is mental.
all mental, because
Oh, thank you. You caught that, cause baby.
if you're always thinking about it, you could draw that.
You'll manifest it.
That's right.
You'll manifest the disease.
This is very true. This is very, 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 very true.
Mm.
I know. I said I